is the Levels Network. I'm Justin Horo, and I am wearing a Canterbury Bulldogs. What sort of jersey is this Triple OG would have made?
That's the jersey. I'll give you a little run around what happened this morning.
You said the number?
Yeah, the number here. Turn around. 637. That's my debut number. 637. So
how good.
that's the 20-year anniversary for us winning the grand final.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. So they gave it to us last year. They gave all the people that played in the whoever was in the top 30 there I think they got a jersey. So I was scrambling around because I don't keep my jerseys at home.
Yeah. Claire's family.
They're all at the in-laws and they're all very properly put away and all that sort of shit. Rep jerseys all in order. So I'm like, fucking train at E-Lab, get a good session, 5:45, get up. I'm like, okay, I'll go straight to fucking to the in-laws at Bronte, 10 minutes away, whatever. So I'm thinking, hey, I'm doing the right thing here. Save me from going home, getting a shower, and then going there, getting caught a little bit of peak hour. I'm like, fuck, sweet. Get there. And they're usually like up or whatever. No one's home. Right. Ringing the bell, no one's answering, and I'm just sitting there, just get a little bit frustrated when shit like that happens.
Did you not want to text them the night before if you're going around there at 6:30 in the morning?
I expect everyone home. Because their family's just always up and they're doing stuff, and I'm like, they must be going for a walk because the cars are outside, everyone's here, the lights are on. It's just like they've probably gone their morning walk, and I'm just like, I need the fucking jersey. So I'm going, I'm going to have to give you fucking Archer's little one that they gave him. I think it'd be squeezing in, but it's a playing jersey. No, it's like, because Freddie Serrato, the great Freddie Serrato, gave me a playing jersey. Okay. A fucking XS, but because they wear XS, they get worn. Yeah. Like
extra medium.
Blake Wilson wears them. He wears them. So anyway, so I look through the fucking...
What about Blake Taff?
Blake Little Taffy, little Laffy Taffy wears them.
Laffy Taffy can...
So anyway, I roll through the... All my stuff. Fuck, there's got to be... And then that was there. I went, thank God. That's why I tried to ring you. I was like, perfect. Yeah. Little hat there that they throw around. So, we got it.
Well done.
We got it.
Bulldogs get the job done as expected. I wear this with pride this morning because I love the effort from the Parramatta Eels.
Yeah,
we were the underdogs in that game. Yeah. And... there were a couple of things that happened in the game. You could tell, obviously, missing Matty Burton and kicks was huge for him. But Para threw everything at it, mate. They were brave.
Yep.
They were, Bulldogs were clearly the better team. Sort of settled, knew they could probably get home by parking the bus. But
there's not one time when I was sitting there with like about 25 to go, going,
you're home.
That's why I was just thinking, no jersey. I was just thinking, don't worry about it. I'm like, we're home. I'm like, I'm wearing a fucking
Eels jersey tomorrow.
And I was so fucking angry. And I was just sitting there going, oh my, I wonder what jersey he's got. It'll be the one with the ASICs on it. I don't know what jersey you got rocking around. I'm like, come on, boys. Come on. Pull through, Luke. And him sitting there fucking smug. Yeah. Oh, it would have been an awful day. But we got through.
I would have brought in. I swapped a lot of my Para jerseys. Like all my game jerseys at the end of the year, I'd swap them with like mates or whatever. So I didn't really have many left at home that were my own, except for I had a women's in league Para jersey that I was going to.
I would have to wear that.
It was actually silky. It's like that nice light blue with the pink through it. Pink
they're quite bright. You see them all the time at the stadiums.
Yeah, they're
that
actually
sort of pink, isn't it?
Yeah, it was similar to that. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So I had that jersey.
Heine looked good in that. Heine would look good in it.
Hey, just on the game, and we're going to talk about the game and some of the efforts in the game. What was your thoughts on the spirit of game penalty with Josh Curran calling out Matt Dury? Did you know that happened during?
I did. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. So
it's gamesmanship, right?
Yeah.
It's your fault.
Yeah.
You're the one who fucking fell for it, mate.
Yeah.
Play on.
That shit's quite common, right?
It's common as it. I used to do it all the time. It's because I was pissing myself laughing, and I'm like, did you get penalised? Yeah, you're off, Hozzy, you're off, Hoz. Yeah. Justin, or your proper name. You're off, Horo, you're off, Horo, or you're off, Hindmarsh, you're off. Any name that I sort of knew in the middle, and that it would rattle you something.
It got him.
Because they used to try and get me.
It got him a beauty.
You're offside, Willie, you're offside. I'm like, fuck off, you cheeky prick. Like Finchy or someone, like some cheeky little prick. Yeah. Joey, all the fucking senior players coming back. They'd come through the ruck or any middles, especially the nines. Cam Smith would do it all the time.
Yeah.
Fucking, because Cam Smith's got a voice was not that recognisable, right? Yeah. He could sound like a ref. I reckon he could sound. Cam was the ref. Yeah. He'd be just rolling back a little bit. Yeah, that's what I thought was gamesmanship. You need to fucking switch on and know who the ref is and who the player is. Yeah. That's on you.
It was crazy.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's a weird one. Matty Johns did the show straight after. Did you see did you see his doozy that he got?
Too fucking tired. What happened?
Yeah, so Matty was had Dylan Edwards was their guest, and
What a
they
man.
brought up
What a man.
yeah, Dylan Edwards.
Yeah, great human.
Yeah. So they were playing Manly potentially, and he called. So he was walking. So he must have made a tackle, did a kick chase, right?
Yeah.
He ends up behind the ruck. He caught a fake mousetrap behind the Manly winger or the opposition's winger. So
Did they fall for it?
the winger fell for it.
So the wing.
Went
So
to go-
to tell people the mousetrap, you
So
go
the mouse-
over the ball and someone else comes around the other way.
Here we go. I'll use the red.
That is fucking all time.
Check this out. That's the play of the ball. This is the guy picking it up from dummy half. OG mousetrap was go pretend to pick the ball up, and which will take the two markers that way, and then you sneak down that side because the two markers are gone, right? So Matty Johns is standing here. He tells the winger there's a mousetrap on. He goes, leaves the ball. The two markers come around, pick up the ball, go pass. They score in the corner.
It's the best.
You've got to get it up.
Oh,
That-
so Matty called this.
Matty was standing behind
Yeah,
the guy.
guys like that are the kings at that shit.
He goes, mousetrap. The guy picks it up, thinking leaves the ball, thinking that there's someone from his own team behind him. The two markers come around.
That's the best.
all the time.
But I'm just saying, like, this happens. This happens all the time.
Yeah.
Refs, stay out of it.
Was it because he was so close to the ref where he was in the ruck though? The refs.
No. They could have. The dude
Yeah,
was.
that's
He
a
was
factor.
right there. But
So-
but he was right there. He could have made the tackle. He's just behind me. Like, you're out. And the Dewey guy goes, all right, fuck.
No, the important factor in this is, right, you do this as gamesmanship, but you do it away from referee. If the referee doesn't hear it, then it's 6 again, right? But because Mudders Curran was, 2 metres away from the referee
He
at
was
the time?
fucking behind
In
him.
the vicinity of where the ref's voice was coming from.
Yes. So that's
still-
why he didn't potentially get away with it if you do it a little bit smarter on the C defender, a little bit further away from the referee.
I've seen it done like that as well. It's
I've seen it done.
That's what I mean. Real close. That's where it happens.
I used to do it in Oztag and touching that all the time.
Because you got to do it. You got to do it near the ref,
Yeah.
so you think the fucking ref said it.
Yeah,
you can't
that's
do it on
true.
the other fucking side.
That's true.
You got to go. You're off. You're off. Exactly how he did it. He perfected it, nailed it. We got a line break off it. It worked to perfection. Switch on, Dury.
All right, so
Or hold into
Wayne,
your mic.
proper OG, Uncle Wayne.
Bennett, yeah.
Very rarely do you see journos go at Wayne. And I've got an exchange with a guy called Zach Bailey. He works for Channel 9. He grew up with Gutho in God's Country. Good dude. I like Zach Bailey. Little story too on Zach Bailey. We did the marathon together. Well, we're not together. We were running in the marathon. And he must have started in the group behind me. Remember the first one when I probably hit the
you were
wall?
done, yeah.
He come running past me at a pretty good click. And he's like, come on, Scott. Keep going, bro.
Fucking
And I was like,
slap his shit out of him.
I was like, fuck off, Zach.
Fuck off, mate. That is the wrong thing to say. It's wrong marathon etiquette. I'm never running a marathon, but if I'm going past anyone who's struggling, come on, Skip, let's go.
By the way-
I would actually pick it up just to trip you over.
By the way, it was genuine. It
I know.
wasn't a dig, but
I know.
it felt like.
Come on, mate.
I was like, shut the fuck up,
Shut
Zach.
up, mate.
Because you were in the fucking.
I was
You
at
were the
hurt
hurt
locker,
zone.
proper hurt locker the first
Yeah.
year. And that was only the 20k mark too. I still had 20k.
I heard he's a good bloke.
Yeah,
if he's Gutho's boy.
All right, so I got an exchange with the proper OG Wayne Bennett, and should I give it to Mace so he can hear it clearly?
Yeah.
But I want you to put it so for people, it works well on the clips, but keep it close to the mic so they
straight
can
on.
hear the.
The Sharks, is this a real test to see where you're at?
You asked me that question 2 weeks ago. Was it a real test?
I've been here all year, mate.
Haven't you? Must have been a myth in my mind, eh? That you were here. Yeah. Okay.
But in terms, like, a lot of people say that they're a genuine title contender. So,
We're all talking about what a lot of people say today. What do you say?
but no one cares what I think. They all want to know what you say.
Well, that's fine. I won't answer your question if no one cares what you think.
I love him. He's the best, mate. He is the best. The best.
How good's that? Wayne, you can't beat Wayne. By the
can't
way,
beat him.
here's my take on it, just a quick take on it.
Yeah.
So shout out to Zach for going toe to toe with Wayne and not backing down.
It's round
You
3.
still lost, but you only lost on points. That's my take on it. Normally people get knocked out by Wayne.
Yeah.
Whereas like Zach, he's had a couple of rounds. It's gone to the judges. Zach, you lost because you took on the proper AG, but you didn't get knocked out.
Yeah,
so that's
good.
a win.
He's gotta-
That's as good as a win as you're going to get against
Because
Wayne.
you see that smirk on Wayne's face,
Yeah,
there, right? Like
yeah.
he's
He's
not.
enjoying
He enjoys everything. I did a couple of like depressors up there in Newey with him, but after we won, he's like, it's the whole game to him. He goes, watch this, big fella. I'll show you how it's done. Before we even get in there, we won. It was great. All the time, so you win in Newcastle, you're fucking killing it. It's great. Anyway, we're sitting there, so I'm not saying shit. Wayne's not saying anything at all. He's listening to these really long fucking questions. My mindset is, get me with the boys. I don't want to sit here. What, after a win, everyone's in there after the team song and shit.
Missing out on
fuck am I here? Anyway, missed out on protein shakes back then. Anyway, so they were going, they were asking him these fucking 20 layered questions, and he would go, no. Yes. Just simple fucking questions. And then I got asked one question and then answered really simple. And he goes, done, over. And then he tapped me, and he kept tapping me under the... It was like being at school while the other guy was asking me a question. Tapped me under the thing, because he wanted me to fucking give him nothing.
Do you know if he picked on anyone in particular, or was it just
there's a couple of blokes in Newcastle.
Yeah.
Because Tinkler, the whole Tinkler thing, I think this guy, Rob Dillon or something like that, he was working with... the Newcastle Herald up there, he was a fucking flog.
So someone had potentially turned on
him. The whole media.
Might have been there
the media would always have a crack at Wayne because he's not from Newcastle, and Newcastle media is a bit different, and they just copy up. Barry Tui's a good bloke up there, but there's a couple of blokes that are absolute flogs. But he would come because you know why? Because I digress a bit. Because what the Knights did to this journo back in the 90s, I'm not even going to say it on here, but it was fucking hilarious. when the big Joey and Chief,
I've heard that story.
Joey, Chief, they had the craziest little gang, craziest little gang, and this dude copped it. This when you couldn't do you're just a journo, you're just getting imagine being a journo in Newcastle when the Johns boys are on top, Robbie-O, Chief, fucking the who's who of the game up there. Yeah, he was at that, and then so he's been on a vendetta against Newcastle the whole fucking time. Anyway, we're up there. I didn't really give a shit about him anyway, but Wayne would never never talk to him or anything like that. But the media was always pretty good to me because I'm a Newcastle boy anyway. Anyway, so he's tapped me underneath the fucking table, just going. Wanting me not to answer the questions how I usually do. He goes, just watch and learn. Give him yes and no answers. And then we fucking walked out. He just started laughing his ass off. That fucking smirk, that little smirk that he's seen there, just laughing. He goes, that's how it's done, big fella. That's how it's done. Then we ran back to the sheds.
Is it almost when...
It's a fucking game to him.
Yeah, like a game. So when you're I don't know, for me, I had a younger cousin who was only a year away, and your mum's getting a bit pissed off, and you can see she's getting fired up, and you're just hitting your cousin and going...
See that smirk? You don't take things serious. You know when he's serious. You don't fucking see that smile at all.
Yeah.
And they got beat. So when he's serious, you don't...
That was before the game.
Yeah, was it before?
Yeah,
okay, so he's fucking happy. Yeah. He talks out the side of his mouth, right? And he smirks like that, and he's just got that real... It's when he's having a good time like that.
Yeah.
Whereas before, I don't want to see the depressor.
I think it might have been... so I think maybe, I'm thinking he may like Zach a little bit with the exchange.
Next press conference with Zach, what's the energy?
Yeah, so I think he likes some of these younger journos, mate, because he's been to war with most of these old blokes through the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and guys like Buzz Rothfield and that. Yeah. I had lunch with Warren Ryan and a few of the OGs down in Maroubra Junction the other week with Joey, and this was fucking... And the guys that played in the 80s for the Bulldogs and shit, that was fucking the who's who of those blokes. This is Joey, our blood. He's come down for a coffee with Wok, and that's his nickname. I said, yeah, all right, sweet. I was around the area anyway. It's just Maroubra Junction, getting a haircut or going to fucking elite body recovery, something like that. Jumped over there, fucking it was Wok's birthday. Some shit like that. It was 12 people telling stories from the 80s. I'm like, holy shit. No wonder our fucking generation was like that. Because I was thinking, we're two generations. So these guys are in their 65 years old. So Paul Langmack was there, right? So he's about 65. It's 20 years older than me. So just saying in 20 years, I'll be 65. These young kids will be that age. You know what I mean? It's two generations. So those guys played in the 80s. And then so they would have taught guys like Ricky Stewart, Bradley Clyde, everything, how it goes on. They're their OGs. Then my OGs were the guys that got taught off them. That's how close it is. Yeah. It seems so far, but it's only that 20-year gap. And I'm like, that's how we got indoctrinated into this shit. And this is how the game change and society evolves. And because none of those stories will never ever fucking happen again. So they fucking hilarious. But
they do those things. They tell those stories. They pass it on to
they pass
a generation.
It on.
They pass it on to you.
Yeah.
You guys started getting in trouble for it.
Now
the players now no longer can do it.
Yeah. So this is how it just dies out. So the 60s, whatever that happens in the 60s, 70s, but the 80s passed it to the 90s. Yeah. 90s gave it to us.
Yeah.
We 2010 2010s,
Yep.
22,000,
Phones,
now it's just
cameras,
done. You're done.
you
Now,
can't do that
none of
shit.
that. So all these stories that got told were fucking hilarious, but I'm like, oh my God, you got to wait. Like, I'm going, fucking, what? Anyway, so one of these times, he was a coach for Newtown or something like that, and there was a journo there. And it was Phil Rothfield. Well, he was Phil Rothfield back then. So, taking it out of context.
How did he get buzzed, by the way? Just
I don't know.
side one? No,
Fucks
you never,
me.
yeah.
Like the buzz, I suppose. I don't know.
Do you
Like,
reckon?
probably gets like.
Yeah, Google that. See
It's
what we
like
can
it's
find
like fucking The Exclusive. You know.
Yeah, Mr. Exclusive.
Mr. Exclusive.
I seen him walking through
It'd be
Bondi
something
yesterday.
like that. You know, like Danny Wilder exclusive. Danny Wilder exclusive. Anyway, so. Someone was named Phil Rothfield, and Watt goes, "Hey, you keep writing these. Someone's named Phil Rothfield here." He goes, "Yeah, well, someone keeps writing these stories and putting your fucking name underneath them, and they're terrible." Something like that. Someone keeps writing these fucking awful. Someone keeps writing these awful fucking stories, and keeps putting Phil Rothfield underneath them,
Here we go.
and just hammered him. So it was just.
That's a good.
That's
dig,
fucking good. The way that Watt tells
Yeah.
it, I'm not doing it any
No,
favors.
no, you
I'm
did.
not doing it any
That's-
favors.
So the most commonly accepted explanation is that Buzz is simply a newsroom nickname given to him because of his energetic, persistent nature and knack for being in the know.
And Buzz's little
Yeah, got
annoying
the
little
buzz.
fucking bee.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I mean.
It
Buzz.
does make sense. Did you
Yeah,
see him?
American
Did you
thing.
see his? Did you see him calling to Brave the other day on that podcast?
What happened? What?
Brave called him on the podcast he was doing with Reggie.
With Ren?
And he's going, no, this is a stitch up. It was so funny. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so he's been going back. Buzz, you're talking in the 80s here. So Buzz has been like just battling people his whole life.
Yeah. No wonder he doesn't give a fuck.
No,
like
he
anymore.
does not care.
Water off a duck's back for him.
He
mate.
don't care, mate. He just does his job. They're in a different world.
Speaking of not doing his job, this went viral last night after a Saturday. Reggie the Rabbit,
What the fuck happened to him?
he struck at a 9-year-old fan, and I would say when I say struck, I'll let you watch it. But the kid was in shock. I'm laughing because look, it was the wrong thing to do, but it's more of a like. I think the kid was pulling on him, and then he sort of just like pushes him off. But he's also got a rabbit suit on. You press play and you watch it. Maybe watch it a couple of times. What's he doing?
What are you doing?
Watch it again. Not happy, old Reg.
What are you doing, Reg?
Hey, so what's
Is that the Reg?
article
Reg? I
goes-
know the Reg. Is he still this? Is that the same
Yeah, that's
Reg
the-
for fucking
yeah.
50 years?
Reggie Rabbit. Yeah.
Well, he might be getting on.
He's getting
He's losing his goddamn mind.
He's
Can't do that to a kid.
Look, yeah, you can't do that.
Fuck,
that's
Pull
uncalled
your head
for.
in. Pull
But,
your fucking head in.
Apparently, the 9-year-old is in shock too. By the way, so be careful.
9-year-old should have thrown him back. he looked like he was in shock. He was just going, Reggie, and then got a couple of little.
It looks like the kid off that viral TV show on Netflix at the moment, Adolescence.
I've heard about this show. Is it good?
It's just one single camera.
Is it?
It's interesting.
Is it? Okay. I've heard people talking about this.
What are you pushing for?
I don't know.
Reggie, you fuckwit. He's going to
it-
cop that all the time.
It was a tough day at the office. I need to watch it again.
South sucks. Like, I don't know what he would have copped to push him.
And he wasn't really even doing.
Mate, nothing. He's
I don't know.
fucking chronology.
It's so confusing.
Oh, Reg, get your shit together, mate.
Maybe Reg thought it was Zach Bailey and he's just trying to get some revenge for Wayne early on in the week.
wow.
Oh, all right. Well, that's some of the viral stuff that happened over the weekend. We'll get to the footy in a little bit. If you're new to the show, we're getting a lot of messages that are people that are new to the show. So to help us out and help the show grow, make sure you like this episode. If you're on Apple and Spotify, go on and subscribe or like or leave a comment in Apple and Spotify as well. But also subscribe to YouTube as well while you're at it. Go follow us on Instagram. All that stuff helps. So thank you for joining if you're new to the show. It is time for our Red Bull Triple OG, Mace's OG Bull of the weekend.
It was this guy just makes it, right? He gets it. So to be
criteria.
the OG, the criteria, what you got to be 25 and over,
25 and over.
100 games.
Yep.
And this guy, like Payne Haas, is still young. He's my bull.
Yeah.
I can't fucking not give it to that man. I was gonna give it to Adam Reynolds, but I'm like, his class will break that game down later. His class got Brisbane home, but this man
Agreed.
fucking won him the game.
Agreed.
I'm gonna because he filled out the stat line like fucking
Disgusting.
Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
Holy shit! So I'm gonna have to get his stats up. But just his presence on the field, I'm just gonna most run me. He's got 220 meters.
Light work.
71 minutes in the middle, 23 tackles, 214 metres, 72 post-contact, 9 tackle breaks, fucking 2 line breaks, 1 line break assist, 5 offloads, 36 tackles, 1 missed tackle.
Shout out to
1 try.
Just a quick one before we move off it. Shout out to Reece Robson. He should have scored 2.
Yeah.
I don't know how Reece Robson held him back.
Yeah. He was just fucking unstoppable. This man is like, that try he scored is like playing like that big kid in under like 14s or something like that. Bang, hits a mad line. He's nowhere near him. Oh, that's an NRL player.
Yeah.
Oh, fullback's there. That's a fucking NRL player. Don't even touch him. And fucking game over. Fucking game. Fucking drop the ball, drop the mic. Fucking Payne Haas is the shit.
He still has a long way to go in his career.
He doesn't even have to develop a pass. He doesn't have to. This is how big, strong, and faster he is than everyone else. He don't have to pass.
He's a unicorn.
Because he's
He's
a
an
fucking
outlier.
unicorn. He's an out and out like absolute beast. The 71 minutes is probably the most impressive thing. And in a day of the game being at its most peak fastest, right?
Is he still in Ramadan as well? Is that
He's in
finished?
Ramadan as well.
Far out.
So when you're thinking about that, but the sun would have went down. That was a night game, so he probably would have loaded up.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
it's
But,
all right.
like,
But
you don't
he's
get it
still
throughout the
fasting.
day.
But exactly. But it would have helped him being a night game.
Yep.
But the 71 minutes in the middle and the quality work that guy did, I can't fucking praise him enough for being 25 years old. Him and Tino, I think Fanul Blake, they're the top 3. That's them.
Yep.
That's clearly in the first 3 rounds. That's what I'm seeing. But what he does with the ball, he's getting offloads like easily. Right?
He's got a license for the offload.
He has because if he wants to get separation, he fucking gets it. But he's got a run first mentality, which will bring the offloads later. If you don't have a run first mentality, you try and fuck around and try and do all this sort of stuff, you'll get legs tackled and all this kind of stuff. All that's bullshit. Bang, straight in between people, fucking use your strength, separate, offload. Same as Tino can do that. Footwork, big, strong, fast, fit, quality work. Fucking young Red Bull, fucking old bull.
Triple
of the
OG
week,
bull.
Triple OG, fucking king. I've never seen that. That's 2 out of 3 performances that he's fucking absolutely smashed that upper pack.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with him.
Like, in hindsight, it was to be expected. Like, last week, he got frustrated. You could tell he was frustrated at the back end of that game.
Canberra fucking went after him.
They
bro.
went after him.
Yeah.
They Horsburgh
I think they ambushed.
Agreed.
Ambushed Brisbane.
Agreed. And he was getting frustrated at the back end of the game. You could see it, and it proper pissed him off. And the great ones come out and respond in the way he does.
Like Jordan McLean, who he smoked on that show, he's played for a show. He's a 200 gamer.
Yeah.
He's been around there. He's been around. He knows. Like, you stay a little bit tight, you get smoked proper on pace 60 minutes into the game.
You know when, like, Drinky was at the back and he was sort of sliding towards
Drinky
the left.
made a business decision.
I don't think so. I'm going to put like
Fuck, mate.
I
Not
think,
many people that would have tackled that guy.
I know, but like, hear me out on this.
Yeah, right.
It's a mixture of both. Where I think it got to a point where Drinky realised there was Payne Haas coming through, but initially the burst and speed was so fast that Drinky was sliding towards the left, thinking, "All right, we've got some shape here."
The angle was
and then
beautiful.
he took it, and by the time he realised it was too late, and then he did realise, and then maybe went.
The angle, the angle,
Potentially.
yes, the angle was perfect. Where Drinky is a little bit,
Yeah.
he just went that way. He didn't even try and step. So when he burnt McLean, he just was going straight for wherever Drinky was. No one was stopping him.
No.
Fucking no one in the comp was stopping that guy there. With that momentum, that pace, the angle, you have to be one of the greatest defenders at fullback. And if he had a chose to run straight at you. Yeah, then you're fucking gonna be hurting as well. You probably fall. You make him trip.
Yeah,
I don't know, but that was.
If he made a break like that, I might have gone and then just pretended to slide over.
I would have tried to pick it wrong way like a goalie. Oh shit! Fuck, thought he's coming off his left. Beautiful,
So
beautiful game. Payne Haas just keeps getting, mate, and we keep saying like just 3 years ago he was doing this. 4 years ago, dude's 25 years old.
So
He's just going to, and he'll add more to his game, and he keeps doing that. He keeps adding a little bit more. Little offload here. He's passing out back a fair bit because Carrigan does that mainly.
Yep.
But benefits Carrigan.
Yeah.
When that dude gets a quick play the ball.
Yeah, you don't have to overdo it either, do
No,
you?
mate.
Because Carrigan's got that. in
Nah,
his
Carrigan's
the dude.
And
So
they'll
just
swap
every
their
now and
minutes
then.
depending on who's gassed out first or anything like that. If Payne's feeling good, obviously they're communicating with Payne, right? When he's like, if he's fully fucked, get him off, give him a break. But if he can keep going,
Well, here's the thing.
You want him to keep going.
They got into a bit of an arm wrestle, and credit to Cowboys.
They were up for it.
They were up for it, right? And there was a moment, I reckon, that he probably normally would have come off, but I reckon Madge looked at it and went, fuck it, we need a response here. We need to go at him. And he put Xavier Willison on with Payne Haas. Yeah. And I think that momentum was just too much for the Cowboys.
I like that. I like that. Where
on specific games.
Yes. Yeah. But I like the Willison factor off the bench because he needs to make some fucking noise, right, when he comes off the bench and destroy teams. Like, he's got all that in him.
Especially when Payne's hit
the that's what I'm saying. If he's like, Payne's putting big dints in him, nearly busting through him. So when he gets his opportunity, I don't think they should lose that much momentum. And they haven't been. They did. Yeah, Canberra, they got you. Sorry.
Yeah.
That just proves how hard how hard it is to win in the NRL.
It is.
But when Willison comes on, bro, like, he's got it all. He's fucking big, fit, strong, good leg speed. So you're not really missing much when you take someone else off. You put him on. You know, like Jensen comes off, or Payne, or Carrigan.
The most dangerous part of the Broncos is they've still can improve a whole heap.
Yeah,
that's what's scary.
They still haven't figured this shit out. If Reece Walsh wasn't Reece Walsh, he'd be playing fucking reserve grade. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah,
we'll
but I'm saying that. I said it on the weekend. I was just like, fuck, he's out of form. What do you do with him if you weren't paying him that much money and he wasn't Reece Walsh? He'd be fucking in reserve grade. I'm telling you.
You'd be, we'll get to it.
Or 14.
There'll definitely be conversations. We'll get to my young buck first, and then we'll break down that game properly with Reece Walsh, guaranteed. Yeah. My young buck for this week, and at the start of the week, I really liked their chances. Then I found out Kai Pearce-Paul and Leo Thompson were out, and I thought, they can still do it. I think the Titans are a week away. But then Dylan Lucas was ruled out, and he's going to miss an extended period of time, which is sad news.
Sucks. I like him.
Adam O'Brien said he's going to miss about 5 or 6 weeks after the game. And I was a little bit, and look, I am still a little bit worried about the Knights moving forward without Dylan Lucas, because I think he was the second best player behind Callum Ponga.
He is, yeah.
But how about this from Thomas CANT? Because he can. He's only 22 and he's only played 5 games, but a huge stat line. I was watching it closely because I was seeing if they do have a guy up next. Is there someone that can? I was more waiting for McEwen to come off the bench, the young rookie playing his first game. But I found myself watching Thomas CANT, and he come up with 18 carries for 148 metres and 56 tackles with 2 misses. That is fucking a great work rate for a back rower who hasn't played a whole heap of first grade, hasn't played a whole heap of 80-minute games. So shout out to Thomas Can. That's your new nickname for this week, because you can fill in for Dylan Lucas when required. They just got to figure out their middles.
It's Can't too, like C-A-N-T.
Thomas Can't. Yes, he can.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, I can.
So he was
beast.
He was outstanding. He was outstanding.
Wow,
they need to figure out the Leo Thompson situation, because when he goes next year, they need to either go buy another middle, or they need to invest in that young kid you were talking about the other week. All right, Mace, this episode is proudly brought to you by Mongrel Boots. It is Aussie born and bred. And no matter if it's work or play, Mongrel has a boot for you, and they're designed to be comfy as. And Mace, we get dot points. We know what Mongrel Boots can provide.
Yep.
You know what I like? I like it when our listeners, we always rely on our listeners on YouTube to hit us with a comment and supporting our sponsors for the show. So
this is from at Aussie Maker. Mongrel Boots are fucking awesome. I've had 3 pairs over the last 10 years. You never want to retire them. So comfortable, chef-proof, tradie-proof for at least 3 years. Good.
Love that. By the way, chef-proof.
Chef-proof, of course.
So in the kitchen. In the kitchen, there you go.
Rolling around. Straight on with the jeans after the big day.
What about Chef Whittaman Mason when you were on that?
When I did that Hell's Kitchen, that's what we had. We had like similar boots to the Mongrel boots. Like they were proper like,
but not as good
leather.
as Mongrel.
Not as comfy, but my feet were killing.
Head to mongrelboots.com.au to find your favourite boot and local retailer. All right, let's get to our questions, mate, for this week. This is a good one from Dean Hodges, and he's talking about the Broncos GF, how we talked about, there was the fan that come up, the 250, and he is a Broncos fan, so he can confirm after the 2023 and 2015 GF, I was shattered. And each year the team is knocked out, it hurts. But I would love to know how the guys felt each year you were eliminated from the comp. Was it a feeling of disappointment and sadness, or just a feeling there's next year anyway?
Yeah. Your window closes, right? I mean, if we hadn't won 2004, if we hadn't jagged one with that team, I'd be sitting here fucking filthy.
Yeah,
that's why, like, guys, like, you know, like, no, I never like to bring it up with Heine and stuff like, because I think they just take the piss out of it too much.
Yeah,
like Heine had a few windows there, and they just didn't happen, and you're like, fuck, this might be it. This might be it. You know, I was lucky enough to get one, like in 2004, but like 2002, we could have got one. 2003 prelim. Could have got that as well.
Yeah.
2004, we got it. 2005, injured. We had about 8 starters out. 2006, prelim again. Could have got that one. That's the one that hurts. We fucking had a team stacked.
Do you think
2007, another
do you think because you won in 04, do you think you had the same passion in those later years?
100%. No. If we didn't get half our fucking team injured after the 4 Nations over there, we nearly would have went back to back.
Yeah.
We had the team because the Roosters fell off as well with injuries, and so that's when the Tigers and Cowboys won.
Yeah, they were in the grand final.
Yeah, and then none of us made it the 8 because everyone was out. Everyone fell over. Injuries, like I was out for 20 games. Rem was out. Sonny was out. Ogre was out. Bobcat. Marco Mealy, Andrew Ryan, like it's about like, and throughout the year, like
did the Roosters have heaps of injuries?
The Roosters had a shitload of injuries, and that was because of the big runs into the finals, like for 4 years.
Well, they played 3 grand finals in a row.
And we had like big, you know, Origin campaigns and Australian campaigns. So a few of us, your body just fucking breaks down. That's why I try and say, you know, with Cam Murray and stuff, you know, body will fucking just give you a way of going, I've had enough, mate. I'm fucking.
That's why you can relate to the Panthers.
That's why I can relate to the Panthers, where you have those windows, but they're executed every single moment.
Yeah, still winning and going deep every
you know, like the coaching, the culture. So like it's just like wow, you get those windows, and they do close, right? We had about 5 or 6 years where we were pretty dominant. If the dominoes had fell in the right way, we could have got a couple more. Yeah, you know, but like fuck, that's what I'm saying. To win one, especially when it's different when you don't have the fucking cattle. When you don't have the team, you'd be sitting, fuck, I was just playing for fucking Titans my whole career. You know, or I was playing for, you know, fucking someone like that. You could say something like that. Yeah. I was playing with the Titans. I was playing with someone like, you know, that's not familiar with winning grand finals.
I love when you're telling the story and someone random, a team or a player or a journo gets a drive by.
You just, oh shit, well I didn't win one. Well fucking, you know, then you can sit here and you go, well you tried your best, right? You had a good career, but like when you play for a premier club and you don't jag one, that's when you go,
here's what I want to ask you about. You were in good teams, obviously, and then once you get the job done, or you don't get the job done and you're in finals runs, the difference between the frustration when you make the finals and you know you're close and you know you've got a team is different. There are a couple of occasions, and we both played in teams where we're not even close to it. At the end of the year, it's almost relief.
Yeah, it is.
You know, if the season's going so bad, you're looking at it about 4 or 5 weeks out and just going, please, just let this be over. Refresh, new players, new coach, whatever, and let's get into the following.
And some players have a different agenda, right? So just say if you're in a position there when you're like, you might have 2 years left on your contract. I might be fighting for a contract. That's why you see different efforts from different people. Yeah, that's fair. Because everyone's in different situations, right? You might be locked up for 4 years, Lukey. You're sweet. You got next year, for the next 4 years, fucking just signed a massive deal. I'm like, fuck. Where am I? What am I doing next year? So I'm playing my ass off. You're like, I don't want to get injured. You've got another 2 years. You're like, let's just get through this shit. Then the other dudes, there's about 5 or 6 who playing for their livelihoods. You know, so that's why you get a mixed bag at the end of the year. Yeah. So it's like, and then it ends, and you're like, all I can do is control what the fuck I'm doing every game, right? I can put in, so can you. But like sometimes the dude who's on the 4 or 5 year deal, he can let off a little bit. Yeah. He won't put his head near fucking, you know, in those tackles where you don't really have to in the last 5 games when you proper can't make the 8. You're like, you start making business decisions. Where I'm like fucking full ball into everything. That's so people go through different little things in their head. Everyone's different, and so that's why you see different results at the end of the year, because not everybody's off contract. You're sweet. I'm sweet. You're sweet. But fucking 6 of our starters, we don't know what they're doing. So you know, and that's why at the end of it, you're like, oh, thank fuck, it's over.
It's funny you just did a drive-by on the Gold Coast because the next question's about that. Yeah. Tino's leadership on the GC. This comes from Good News Time, GNT. Boys, loving the show since I started listening last season. I can't say I'm an L1, but I stop any podcast on my daily commute to listen to you guys as soon as it's available. Thank you, mate. Do you have any insights into players' off-field professionalism? And is it more important at some clubs than others? For context, I'm a Titans fan, and notably, GC has never won a national comp in any sport. Commiserations to the NRL WT.
That's why they copped the straight. I was very I fucking knew because everyone else has won a comp.
Yeah.
Everyone. Except for the Titans.
Every
Cowboys, mate.
Warriors?
No
Warriors.
Warriors.
Anyway.
All Titans or Warriors. Right. I digress.
And then he goes, commiserations to the NRLW Titans team in 2023. In its history, the Titans has been a club for lifestyle first and football second. However, I think Tino's attitude can improve this as long as everyone buys in.
Yeah.
On Jammers, for example, on Jammers podcast, he had a quote, if you walk past a piece of rubbish, you want to believe every player in your team is going to pick them up. It stuck with me as an action that doesn't actually benefit your physical ability or to play football, but points to his value as a teammate and a sense of community. Boys, Titans 13+.
Tino Fa'asul Mala'au is probably one of the most impressive young kids I've met. I saw him.
Agreed.
Rennie, 6'1", Rennie Matua and I were down the beach.
Oh, yeah, Rennie told me about this. Yeah, go tell the story.
He pulled up on his bike. I was staying out at Homebush, so I was getting out of the off the Goldie. I think he was with one of the managers of the team and just pulled up for about an hour. Him and I just spoke for about an hour.
Yeah.
And just talking about life, talking about footy, talking about injuries, how to bounce back. His mindset is of a 35-year-old.
Yeah.
He's an old soul, man. He gets it already.
Yeah.
Already. And he understands what's his priorities are. You know, his family and his football and business and then, you know, that sort of thing. You know, it's like health. He's just a very impressive young man. I was like, he's 24, 25, same age as Payne.
Yeah.
You know, like he had some really good insights on the game. So we were talking about like ruck defence and all these sort of stuff. He understands. He understands everything. He's a smart man.
I've got a cracking story for you. So 2020 Melbourne Storm premiership winning year and worst origin team of all year, of all time, winning series. Got a text from Money. I said to Money, mate, like me and him were texting going back and forth. I said, if you end up, we told the story about Fish, but my part in it is I was texting Money and I said, mate, if you win the grand final, we'll come up to Byron and we'll party together. He goes, yeah, the Queensland guys, we all get in a house together and we're going to get Fish here and everything. Oh, it's going to be huge. So, yeah, sweet. Boom. So they win the series.
They say, remember, Fisher, the DJ.
DJ, the Fish, Fisher, the DJ. Anyway, so we end up going up there and I'm looking around the entire squad from the Queensland teams there, except for Ches, who had family commitments, who was the captain. He had already booked in something with the family and it was last minute and they sort of got the house together the week of or whatever. And the other person was Tino. Yeah. He wasn't there. And I sort of like had a chat to Money.
20 years old.
Second, third year in the first grade. He'd just signed with the Gold Coast Titans. So I said to Money, I said, oh, what happened? Where's Tino? Like, you know, watching him play and becoming a bit of a fan. And he goes, oh, no, he didn't want to come. He's because he's starting at Gold Coast in a new club. He wanted to get in there with all the rest of the players early. So he forewent celebrating not only a premiership, GF, and the worst Queensland team of all time.
Which one?
And he wanted to, he wanted to get straight up there and just get in the building at the Gold Coast and show him how committed he was.
And that shows a lot. And I saw that, you know, 2 weeks ago when we sat there and I was just talking about life. Like me where I am in my life as 44, like, I understand a lot more than when I was like 25 years old, right? Yeah. He's fucking nearly there already. You know, a lot of, like, he needed to sit in asking a lot of questions, like, and we just sat there and just fucking talked for ages, man. It was very impressive. And the way that he approaches the game and like just very similar to the way that I did back when I was playing, and he understands shape and he understands defensive fucking systems and all this sort of stuff. But it's a respect thing that he has for all the OGs that he does and people that have done before him. And I really he goes, you guys paved the way for guys like us, you know?
That's awesome.
And I said, that's fucking mad. I felt, you know, I told Ren after that and he goes, oh, that's so like, I don't know. It was just impressive just meeting him and just having a real good chat. And it wasn't just like a 5 minute, it was like a fucking hour.
I heard,
we sat there, we're just sitting there and talking about, you know, his family and what he puts, you know, how much time he puts into his family, into his body, into everything, you know? Like it's fucking, you can make generational money with the career now. With a career like what he's putting together, like what Payne Haas is putting together, you get 10, 12 years at over $1 million. It's a lot of money these kids can make. They can change a lot of things, and I think they understand that. So the best abilities, availability, him coming back from his knee was big, the mental thing, and it made him really appreciate. Like he was telling me, I said, look, I come back from an ACL as well. It's very hard to come back mentally. It's like it's not about like playing the game. It's the pushing off, getting the because he relies. I said you rely on creating space, right? And that next step to get through the line, offload, all that shit.
Nice, footwork
that's
too.
what I said. I said you got to really nail that. And it's taken him like 10. I said I come back in 5 months and 3 weeks. He goes, you fucking kidding me? Because he's. But I said you've had a longer time. That's why I did mine. Mine just reacted different. Everyone's got different fucking body, different systems. You know,
Healing process.
And he's like, he goes, I'm nervous. I said, you should be nervous. It's fucking hard. It's hard. But I said,
natural.
Be confident with the work that you've done. I said, I saw you when you went over to the US and you put all that work in. No one's really doing that. I said, you're doing everything you're right to keep your body right. I said, you'll be fine. I said, your lungs will just blow out. That's all, and you'll be right by 3 or 4 rounds. He's killed it on the weekend.
Killed it.
But just
Killed,
he's just
and was
little,
really good against your dogs, even
his analogies and everything, like what he used and how he approaches things. And I was like, fuck, that's impressive at that age.
By the way, it was the club manager, potentially, Ezra Howell.
Yeah, that guy.
Ezra.
Yeah, Ezra. Yeah.
All right, Will Kennedy. We've got a Will Kennedy hater, self-proclaimed hater, who has come the other way after 3 games. So this is the comment or question of the week, because I love it when someone's able to admit, just like we are. We say this all the time. We can have a take and we can be not sure on it, but I like to have strong takes and then back them up. But if a team or a player proves me wrong, I'm happy to get here and get on here and compliment them.
It's called accountability, people,
and be accountable for it. That's a great. That's the wording for it. So this one is from Neil Song. Hey gents, as always, huge fan of the potty. As a Sharks fan, I've got to say I have been a certified hater of Will Kennedy, not just recently, but from before he'd even made his debut.
Oh my God,
he's a proper OG, Neil.
Oh.
And was playing for the Newtown Jets in Henson Park. Over the years, I felt he's not been up to the level needed of a fullback to contest for a premiership, especially when you compare him to Tedesco, Turbo, and Dylan Edwards. Mason always says the greatest ability is availability. Well, for now, I think it has to be accountability. I have to admit that he has well and truly exceeded my expectations already. And it's only round 3. He's been one of our best players on ground in all 3 of our games, including that loss to Penrith. Each week I've been waiting for that I told you so moment after hearing all your raps on him over the preseason. Sometimes you just got to admit when you're wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm now more than happy to stick with him at fullback. Keep up the great content.
Proper Silky Johnson.
Up, Cronulla. He was a Silky. He's no longer a Silky.
Wasn't he? What? Because before he made his debut, that is proper hate.
You can't be hating on a guy that hasn't even played for your club yet, can you?
I love the accountability, mate.
Awesome.
Because that's good that you can recognise that. And obviously, he's heard maybe a few rumblings, and he needs to fucking go at it. Because I reckon his talent is fucking massive. He just hasn't been put in those positions a lot. I think Trindle really has gone to another level. I think he might be their best half. I don't know.
Hey, here's a rap for you, quickly. Yep. Billy Slater said, with some indecision around players going on, he is in contention for Origin to be in and around the squad.
Do you know who Braden Trindle reminds me of? A little bit? Shifty Sherwin.
Yes.
Just like his crazy 40-20s and shit out of nowhere.
Yep.
Little fucking mud guts on him as well that Shifty had.
Yep.
He just did his favour because he didn't have tight jerseys back then.
Little
Shifty
short
was
kicking
all right.
game, late pass.
Same quickness, sly quickness.
That's a great
fucking
comp.
mad fucking skills.
That's a great comp.
Very, very underrated. Like Shifty played with fucking Joey Johns and all these great guys, Kamali and Craig Gow. They were all up there. They were never Shifty fucking nearly took a Daly M off Joey in his prime. 2002 to 3, 4, 5, 6, Shifty was a top 3 half in the game. He just never got a rep jersey because of those greats. And Braden Trindle just when I saw him just on the weekend, I'm like, he looks fitter. He looks like he's fucking going, okay, this is my team now. I want to take the team. Just like, remember we had Shifty and Braith. They were 2 dominant players. It was great. Both sides of the ruck was dangerous as hell because fucking Braith would go left, Shifty would go right.
Nico's got a bit of break about him. Big ball running 5'8".
Yeah, that's what I mean. It just reminds me of Shifty and Braith.
Yeah.
Fucking, and then someone goes the other way, fucking hands go up. and
that's from you and not Braith and
no, that's fucking everyone throwing the fucking wrong way.
That's Rennie on the right, you on the left.
That's everyone. It's Sonny and me. Fucking everyone. Get the ball here. But he just reminds me a little bit. And I'm not saying that Shifty's still a lot better player than him at the moment, but I think he's ascending to where like a Brent Sherwin. And if I say Brent Sherwin, that is high praise.
High praise.
Fucking very high praise because I put Shifty up there with some of the best halves that I've fucking played with.
He doesn't get the credit.
He
from
never
the
gets
younger
the credit, mate.
generation.
He doesn't. And I think
he's not
Braden
talked about a whole
Trindle-
lot from a lot
so
of people.
Trindle looks like he's lost that weight. He looks like he's tightened up a little bit, and he's fucking taking shit serious because he knows, hey, he's a classy halfback, man.
He's definitely one of the players that had a virus last week, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can see the difference in last week. He was really good again in round one. Just quickly on Will Kennedy.
Back to Will Kennedy. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. Iron sharpens iron. Will Kennedy.
Yep.
There's a young kid coming through who got a bit of a run last year, Liam Eisen. It's also a contract year. And I'll also add in, I think Nico's looking a whole heap better already. It's only an early sample size. And I think the jitters around Nico and the confusion around who the guy was with the Trindle and Hines and Atkinson was affecting Kennedy's ability to get into the game last year.
And where he would sweep, right?
Yep.
Now he's like, and don't forget about the big boy, Fanua Blake and Nia Cora,
they're on the front
who
foot.
are running the fucking best lines, and Big Juicy Kafusi, he's fucking having a crack there as well. He's running.
Big Juicy come
Big
from? I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Fucking Big Juicy. I remember fucking his cousin or whatever.
Felice Kafusi.
Felice, and the other one though he's played with up in North Queensland.
Oh yeah.
Remember the original Juice? That was his nickname.
Was that his nickname?
Yeah, Juice. Yeah. So anyone who's Kafusi is always juicy to me. Right. So you got those big boys running some fucking great lines. And so Kennedy can just sit in the middle of the fucking field because that's where they always go to, just fucking black dot shit. And they got that lead, they got the guy at the back, another lead, and then they just make the right decision. Trindle or Hines just make the right decision. He's there to connect the ball. Bournemouth's either a dummy and go or just short little ball. Ero's fucking killing it. Ramian's killing it. Multala. That's what I expect to see, that back five, what I saw on the weekend. Yep. That's when I said back five round one.
Yeah.
Didn't happen, but that's the potential that they've got. They
Credit
can
to
fuck
Panthers.
you up. They can how many times they get back in shape, fucking play one and skin you.
Yeah, 2 or 3 times.
Oh, look beautiful. That's how they play. That's the Cronulla.
Yeah. I agreed with you going into that as well.
Yeah.
We went on that show because the Grubstitute was in.
Yeah.
But I thought that was going to be a big plus. So credit to Panthers for limiting it because they were awesome.
They just take
Anyway, let's get to the Storm 30 defeating the Panthers 24. Fast start for the Storm. I thought they were really good. I reckon the Cleary HIA really affected them in, they sort of got a bit complacent after that.
Affected Melbourne or affected Penrith?
So I think Melbourne realised that they could beat Penrith no matter what, and they just dropped, fucking relaxed a little bit and got a bit complacent.
Yeah.
And I reckon the young Panthers, who were a little bit tense going into the game, they dropped the shoulders in a different way. We're like, fuck, we're playing with house money now. We might as well just go after this game. It was a crucial moment. By the way, at the same time, Jerome Hughes broke his hand in that clash and continued to play on. But I thought the big moment for the Melbourne Storm, just after that knock, Jerome Hughes goes for a 40-20, misses it, goes out on the full. And then the Panthers, they just kept on fighting. They kept on fighting.
Team. What a tough team.
They're so tough, mate.
I was thinking, I backed Melbourne anyway. I wanted to see Cleary play a full game just to test it out. But that was a fucking solid knock that he got. I'm glad they really checked him and didn't let him back on because he was fucked. When he got on one knee, probably a little bit too quick, you could see he was rattled.
Hey, you said it a couple of weeks ago with regards to Rads, who has a history. I looked at that one and I looked at his reaction after going, he could use a little bit longer.
Yeah. I looked at his eyes and he's like he got knocked out. I always compare it just to a fight. Yeah. It's like he's just got dropped so hard and you're not getting up. You're not getting up for the count.
Fucked, mate.
You're fucking done. So therefore, his night is done. I'm glad they called that. And
who I was looking at? Isaiah Yeo. The concern in Isaiah Yeo's eyes, looking at him. Yeah. He knew Nath was in trouble. Yeah. So they'll do the right thing. Obviously, his dad's the coach. They've got a great staff out there. I'd be cautious with him because he's so important.
They didn't even. I think sometimes if you're that rattled, you don't even do the test, do you?
No, it's category 1.
Yeah, but I'm saying they don't categorize it after the test. They just go bang.
No, you still got to do a test.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you still got to do a test, yeah.
I think sometimes you take that test out and just go, he's not going back on.
Yeah, so this is why they do the test for Mace. So remember when I told you the example a couple of years ago when it first came in?
Yeah.
Mudders Wallace of the Jared variety.
Yeah.
He got a category 1. He was at marker, stumbling around. Cunt was tired. He was fatigued.
Didn't pass the test.
No, he passed the test because he's not knocked out.
No, he did pass. Sorry.
He gave him category 1, pulled him from the field. He was looking around all confused.
Tired.
He was gassed as fuck. They got him. He had to stand down the next game for category 1.
I'll tell you my little story. In 2014, so you know how you do your COG test, right?
Yeah.
And so just say if your database is high, right, and it's more, so just you're doing this in the preseason, no fucking hits to the head, blah blah blah. So in 2014, I must have nailed the fucking test, right? So the score was, my database was high, right? So I got a head knock in 2014. I tried to do the COG test and kept failing because I couldn't get to where my baseline. So my baseline was too high. So then I was just like, oh shit. The next time I do the baseline, when I went to Manly in 2015, I just did it really slow because it's a reaction thing. So just don't react so quick. So because the baseline was too high in 2014, I had to go to a hospital and everything and do like a proper test for my brain because I couldn't pass the fucking COG test.
So I'll give you the backstory of how it all happens. So you get a computer in front of your laptop, and it's got a card that will come over and it'll flip over on the screen.
Is the card red?
Is the card red? Is it black? So you just go sit there. Here is how you cheat the system, and everyone knows about it now because we've been doing it for a number of years.
Yeah. I don't think they can.
You just hit it a little bit slower. If you instantly react, and then you don't do that in a game, then you can fail it, right? So then there's is the card red? Is the card black? Whatever. Yes, no, fucking all the way through. And then they will go, have you seen this card before? It might be a 7 of diamonds. So you can hit there, and then more often they make it as easy as possible.
Yeah.
There are a number of us, and this is how fucked the system it can be. I've failed it,
Sorry, is it still like this?
In preseason. Like, there's a number of guys that have failed at doing it, and like your reaction's too slow, trying to cheat the system as well. Yeah. Or we've done it at the back of training, and they go, oh, by the way, you've got to do the HIA test today, and you're like, fuck, you just want to get home and get a coffee, and it takes about half an hour. Yeah, so you're like, oh, I can't be bothered. So you sit there, and you've done it so many times that you just go left. Fucking red, black. Yeah. Is the card yes, 7 diamonds? Have I seen it before? 7 of hearts. And you're like, fuck, was it 7 hearts or 7 of diamonds? Failing it. and there's no head knock or anything. It's just because it's the concentration.
But I must have been hitting mine like a fucking black mamba. Just going mental. Anyway, so I get to round 20 and it was just like, your brain is not working that quick. So I failed the game and there was nothing wrong with me. Do you know what I mean? It was a little head knock. And I had to go to like the John Hunter Hospital where they had the guy who does, Andrew, the guy who does all the testing now.
Okay.
So he was based in Newcastle. So I had to go see him off campus so I can get all cleared to play the game. That's why he goes, so why can't I pass this fucking COG test? He goes, your baseline's too high.
Yeah.
And then the next year I slowed it fucking right down at Manly so if I actually got hit, I could come and pass the COG test pretty easy.
It's like, is
surely
it red?
They're not doing that now.
Surely, yeah.
I think they are.
I think that's. I think that's what I mean.
And then it goes to, so that's the generic test that everyone has to do regardless. Yeah. And then the doctors will come in, and then there's like balance.
To pass the test.
So you do that originally, and it's like, all right, does that add up to where you are when you feel sweet? And then the doctor what's the score in the game?
So what would Junior Paulo have gone through yesterday? Because he got knocked, he threw that pass over his head. We scored in the corner.
Yep. So
then he got taken off a HIA.
You're not going through the COG test. You don't do that. You're going through a whole different thing. They're telling you 20 different things, right? You got to remember them all, and then you got to say them all backwards. You got to say the alphabet, and then say the alphabet backwards. You got to then name those 20 things that I just fucking asked you.
What's the day? What's the half? What's the score?
They're just your normal ones, right? So if you fucking pass them, fail them, you're fucking done. Category 1. Yeah. That's what I think Cleary probably wouldn't have known where the fuck he was, right? So what, you know what I mean? That's a very fucking, all right, he's done. But if I tell you 10 random things, right?
It's 5 words.
Camera, whatever the fuck it is, and then they'll say, and then after the alphabet and all that kind of stuff, say it backwards again, and then if you're done.
The last one,
you're done.
The last one was 5, so it'll be Willie, Red Bull, phone, laptop, cap.
Yeah.
And then go cap, laptop, Red Bull, fucking whatever. That's the last thing. And if you look, some people can't do that anyway. Yeah. So if you're close enough, you're like,
if you're not that smart academically, you're not fucking passing.
You should have to pass this to get podcast
No,
microphones.
wait. But this is when Kidwell got me in that test, 2006, that happened in the first 15 minutes. I didn't pass till 15 minutes to go. And because there was no time limit. There's a time limit like 15 minutes. So I'm sitting there at half time, not knowing where the fuck I am. And then 20 minutes ago, they run out and they went, oh, fuck. I'm in fucking New Zealand. Boom, 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 boom. But you're talking like, 60 minutes?
Yeah, and they let you go back on?
And went back on. Set up the winner. See you later.
Oh.
1-0.
Hey, money's in good nick.
What was that?
Money's in good nick.
Yeah, he looks good.
Hey?
He's class, mate. He got him home there.
Yeah, I think so.
Just his kicking game.
Especially with Hughesy getting the broken hand, you can tell he sort of took a... But he's got a nice touch on him at the moment. You can see his body shape looks good.
Jeez, it looks...
he's off the syrup, but he's also apparently the diet's like...
Yeah, he looks like he's on. He's on. Like everything looks on. He looks fucking strong as hell. Jeez, it's a hard thing to defend when you got back rollers who hit really good holes. So you've got to come up, put pressure, nice little kick. Like you can't defend that. You cannot defend it somehow. Like if you got Olakuatu, you saw it last night. If you come pushing up, trying to rush it, trying to shut the gap down to Olakuatu, or a Bloor, or Katoa, or like any other Liam Martin, all that, you've got to get off the line real quick. This is online defense. They leave those little gaps, man. Those guys put the fucking kicks on a fucking dime. Then they're just rushing through the centers and fullbacks or whatever. It's hard, man. So you'll see a lot of tries on the edge where an Olakuatu, where a really damaging back rower sits, because it's just a nice little kick through, and it's nearly you can't really defend it because the fullback's fucking nearly in the line.
The value of the position has gone down for back rowers and centres, but you notice it when you see good play from them, and it sets up tries for the outside. You're right.
Yeah, it's happening all the time now, because sometimes defences are so good moving up and just hunting from the inside, and then they're coming up and shutting it out like that, and then when they come too far up, 5 or 6 metres, then that little fucking kick. That's why they trap and scrap it. They'll try. And so middles back in the day, you would never, ever be told to touch the ball if you see a little kick from a half, because the fullback was never defending in the line. Now he's defending at A, and he's fucking coming up a little bit to check the lead and sprinting on his bike, right? So that's what's happening now. But now, so if you see any kicker, if you're at the middle or foreman, you're fucking putting your foot out. You're trying to trap and scrap everything. You're not letting any ball go through. That's why it's so hard, and that's why you got to pay so much credit to these kickers. Yeah, because they're finding gaps. Because foreman's coming up, middle guys are coming up, trying to fucking either hit you in the back, trying to get you to kick it early, or try and trap and scrap the ball and try and dive on it. So when you see kicks like that, man, it's fucking great.
These top two teams, especially when they've got so much respect for each other, they're so hard to break them down. The only blemish on Jenkins' game, I thought he was so good and he attacked the game. Yeah. It was just his kicks, out of position for kicks, and Melbourne exposed him on it. And Money was probably the best. Great first stint from Stefano in this game. Yeah, I thought his best game. Mate, that's what you messaged in the group. No one bumps off Mitch Kenny like that.
The Kenny fucking went flying. He comes in full tilt as well, and he had a good angle on him too. I was thinking he's going to get Stefano's ribs here.
Yeah.
Fucking the big boy just went crack, get off.
That's a sign of things to come.
That's a sign of that's where it's how strong he is. It's just a different strength down in Melbourne. You just seen their core and their wrestling and so much that they do. It's all about separations, conditioning and knowing. So when back end of the year, coming into Origin, I think he's going to string some really good games together, because that's a fucking decent team.
Yep.
It's a decent pack, mate. You got some decent hitters in that team.
Yeah.
Kenny's their best hitter.
He is.
He's their best. Oh, man, Leota. Fuck Leo. Yeah,
Leota goes pretty good.
Not running at him.
Yeah, Liam Martin goes right.
Liam Martin too. but they're not in the middle.
True. I think Jack Howard's in for a huge year. Yeah, I like the way he's looking. Yeah. Probably took him, he's a back rower, and then had to play centres for him last year, full preseason. Nothing crazy in this game, but just touches where a couple of passes were low. He picked them up. He looked strong. Like physically, he did a really good job on Zach Lomax in the first game. I think he could be in for a huge year and be thereabouts for rep contention. Yeah. Contention.
New Zealand, he could play for New Zealand. He's that kid, isn't he?
He's turned him down for Queensland again. This is the fucking loophole. Which
there's an aging centre group for Queensland. Gags is out. Val's nearly maybe one more if he kills it. Yep. If he's not, he's going to be out.
Hammer.
So Hammer's getting put there. So he's your genuine starter.
Yep.
And the other one?
Up for grabs?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you. Could be Jack Elworth.
Could be, because he's a fucking good defensive centre. You got to stop ours.
He may
stop our
big.
boys.
Yeah. All right, to the Panthers. We talked about the head knock with Nath, so we can move off that one. I thought Alamotti looked fucking... What about that fucking little stint down? Boom, money, see you later. Harry Grant is...
That's the talent.
Big tackle from Pappy to bring him down one-on-one, because he looked like...
That's the talent that he has.
He looked like Mel Meninga going down the side.
That's a 22-year-old kid. He's been around the game for about 3 or 4 years now. And, that's the talent that he had playing for the Bulldogs. But, coming through the system there, coming into a team that was building.
Yep.
Right? He had that talent. If the team is built like Penrith, that's what the sort of Alamotti that you're always going to get. It's just hard.
What's his best position? Because he played on the
right
wing.
Side centre.
He played right wing outside tunnel in this game because I think it was because Casey McLean struggled the week before, and Casey looked so much more comfortable in the centres.
Left side centre, I think.
Left side centre.
Yeah, left.
But to make way for this team, it could be right wing, just because he's doing a good job going after
whatever.
the ball.
I think he can just go. He's just a player.
Yeah.
And I thought that he wouldn't be able to fit on the wing. You know what I mean? Because I thought his play twos. I think he's more of a one-on-one guy. Play twos, bang. Yeah. He's straight in. And that's just the team. That's what they expect from you to be. He wants to win another ring. You got to do the job. You got to do your job, and everybody knows their job there. So he's just fitting. He's fitting right in. He's killing it.
So good. I thought Liam Henry and Papali'i were awesome off the bench too.
Papali'i was outstanding. I didn't even know who he was. No, because his body shape's changed.
Yeah, Nagadia.
He fucking looks like a tank.
Yeah, he looks like Spencer Leniu.
I think he's got a haircut as well. Yeah. I don't know who the fuck Isaiah Papali'i is, but he's had a few little different hairstyles. I think the jersey out of
True.
The Tigers one.
And you used to see an 11 on his back too.
Yeah, and he's just got a different number. He just looks like he's fucking lost a bit of body fat. Looks fit, strong.
Yeah.
What a person to come off the bench for you. And the Henry dude.
Yeah.
He went at it.
Yeah, he went after Nasties. Love that.
What do you think about Nas?
First game back.
He's a guy I think people need to you got to give him 5 games.
Yeah. First game
Easy
back.
5 games. Yeah. Just don't even try it.
He's doing run it straight challenges through the week last week, wasn't he?
He's just fucking... Do you reckon his nose thing would have helped? Big Nelson. Just trying to get every single bit of oxygen in that body. I love it. I saw that. I said, that ain't doing shit in the middle, mate. That is not doing anything. He's like that. Fuck. I said, breathe through your nose, Nelson. If I was one of the middles, breathe through your nose, Nelson. Out your mouth, mate.
You'd be getting into
Holy
him.
shit.
Hey, credit to
boy.
Big Nasty.
Fuck, he's big.
I
love him.
He held his, not his nerve, didn't hold his nerve, but it's almost like he held his frustrations in.
Oh, he does, mate.
Because that Liam Henry was talking some mad shit in his face.
He does that really well, Big Nels. Yeah. But you pick your moments. He can fucking just single-handedly destroy you.
Barley dog, yeah.
Yeah, Barley fucking... I don't want to see the Barley dog come out. But he was... just be patient with Nelson. I think you give him... When he I think sometimes he just needs to look in the fucking mirror before a game and go, I'm 6'7" and 130 kilos, and I'm a fucking weapon. No one's fucking with me.
You know what his problem? You know the thing
I'm not
is
playing out wide, so I'm not playing out wide. I'm not trying to offload, pass the ball, or anything until I just take everybody down in the middle.
And you'd know this better than anyone. He has 3 or 4 guys just like hanging around him all the time. So he goes straight. I reckon he's off the back fence, hits some people, and they're always just trying to hang on to him. And he wants to really quick play the ball all the time. He's just got to. You're going to skittle people. Yeah. Take your time. Get up. Play the ball. You're still going to get some joy.
He just thinks I just think he needs to like how Payne Haas gets those offloads pretty late, and same as Junior Paulo gets them late too because they're so strong, big and strong. Can cop that impact, right?
Yep.
Leg drive, twist a little bit.
Just
he could get separation all the time. And what I see from a lot of teams now, like an offload can really fuck your whole set of 6 up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you got little Harry Grant just searching around. He's always there, and then you got Pappy. They push through all the time. So a couple little late offloads, because King doesn't necessarily do them. You know, Stefano's not an out and out offloader. They've got it in them, but they're very structured. Melbourne sometimes. If an offload, they're not that sort of team, but. I know sometimes Big Nelson can just be destructive in plenty of ways, especially off the bench. If you're playing that bench role, come on, just speed the ruck up. Look, a couple of offloads here and there, not early.
Shout out to the youngsters. I thought Tom Jenkins and Jake Cole. Jake Cole went good when Nathan went off. Yeah, I thought he was struggling when Nathan was out there, and then when Nathan went off, he got to run the team.
It's weird that our young kid just say when your captain and your leader and that goes off and gets injured. You sort of go, oh, fuck, I've got to have a crack here. Yeah. I better have a crack. Because who went to 7?
He did.
He did.
And Blaze Talangi went to 6.
Blaze went to 6. What do you think about Blaze?
Blaze is like as to be expected. Your best player in the game. The best player in the game goes off.
Yeah.
I seen the jersey prezzo from Ivan before, and he's like, Blaze, I don't know where we're going to play you, but congrats on being Panthers. So there was no real plan for Blaze at all. He was just cover. He was cover, and he did. He had to cover Nathan. Fuck, he kept it within, as a team, 30-24. Yeah. By the way, Isaiah Yeo, he's just an absolute marvel.
Yeah, he's a beast.
How he continues to do that whenever Nathan and all those players are missing.
Takes pressure off. You see how much pressure he does take off, like Nath, when he does
J. Cole.
You know, like he can just he can get in that first receiver. He can either dig it in himself. He's really mastered the. I think he's clearly the best lock in the game.
Easily.
Yeah,
Easily.
a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
No, I thought Cam Murray, Victor Radley, they were all in there. Competing.
So
with
even
him.
like
probably one more.
Ruben Cotter.
Paddy Carrigan was playing.
Paddy Carrigan, yeah. So like because, you know, like even with New South Wales last year, he was playing off the bench.
Yeah.
Because of Tommy. I mean, Jakey was playing that starting role, and then he'd come off the bench. I'm not sure. And what do we do this year? We'll talk about that.
He'll be captain
in a couple of weeks.
He'll be captain.
Yeah, I think so. You think so?
All right, boys. Thoughts on Adam G's performance last night? He just refuses this from Michael Byrne. He just refuses to let the game flow. The penalty on Munster after Martin dropped the ball with 2 minutes to go was a shocker. Yeah. He refereed the 2023 grand final and completely overlooked for last year's final series. What happened to him? Michael Byrne, I agree with you on this. Adam G used to be the guy.
Yeah, I thought he was.
When I watch Adam G, I think criticism and the criticism of referees as a whole, I think it really, there's no real personality with him. No. Like, I know it's hard for referees and you've got to be pretty, he looks so tense all the time. That penalty, and not just saying this because I love Money, that was a shit penalty on Money, which gave, Money said after the game he's got to be better. But Liam Martin and those two teams would give, Liam Henry was giving it to Nelson every time he fucking, and back and forth. And I love to see it.
Let it go.
For Munster to get penalised, to give Penrith an opportunity to tie the game was a joke. Yeah. He got into him. He pushed him after the play. That happens 5 or 6 times a game, whatever the team is. And he's just like, he's too tense.
What do we always say? Just consistency. If you do that all the time, we're fine with it. But when you do shit that is just so far, like, way out, like, that should not be a penalty.
No.
What if Penrith got down there and scored, which they have done multiple times?
Yeah.
That's the team you don't want to fucking give a chance to. And, you know, it's different. I was like, wow, they've got an opportunity to fucking tie this.
Especially if Nath was playing.
Yeah.
Nath would have iced that last 2 minutes.
I'm like, you prick, you know what I mean? You're blowing up. I wonder why players don't lose their shit with penalties like that, man.
I don't know what's happening with Adam G. He's just like a little bit too tense.
That's why he wasn't in the grand final last year.
Yeah.
He does stupid things like this.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's move on to the Warriors 14 defeating the Roosters 6. I called this game, mate. I don't think the scoreline doesn't reflect how good of a game this was. I thought these two teams actually fucking went hard at each other. And if you're a Warriors fan, maybe you look back to the old days of the offload and the high enterprising footy they play. So this is the sort of style that and games that Webby wants to win. Yeah, they want to win these games early on like this.
Yeah, but it's just that's how Warriors play football. They don't play structured stuff. You can get into structured shape whenever, but like when I see like, you know, their middles just like offloading whenever they want, Egan just going darting out, their back line look good. Who's the three?
Hey,
fuck.
Hey, shout out Ali Lautea. He's going to be a problem.
Yep.
He's got young Tuapiki on the right wing as well, who can play fullback.
That right side.
And they've also got young... So Murata Niakora sets the tone on the right edge as well. And then they bring on the powerhouse, Leka Halasima, who I thought really broken up the game as well. Shout out to Lautea. And he also hit the strap celebration on Sandon Smith. Did you see that?
I saw it, mate.
So, Lukey, if you get a chance to see the Warriors game... in the NFL, when a cornerback who defends the wide receivers, when they shut him down, they've got the strap.
You're locked in.
Locked him in. They've got the strap.
I love it.
Lautea
got some swag, man. I love that.
Game, after a couple of powerful, he just goes, boom. The play's still going, by the way. Sandon Smith either knocked it on or got an offload, and Lautea was standing over top of him, just
No, I like it. They got some swag that Warriors team.
He's a problem, man.
I think
he's a player.
You see the what Fisher Harris brings now.
Yeah.
You know, his mana, his spirit, everything like that, they're going up. Especially at home, you can really feel the fucking drums are beating, everything like that. I like that.
Blackout.
Niakora, black it out. It's just, they should be nearly, I mean, they usually are. They're fucking hard to beat there. But like, Nelly, with that team there, they look like I reckon they can go fucking, they can go a long way, man. I like Wade Egan, what he's doing.
Yeah.
Picking his runs better. Don't run all
Chansey
the
put up
fucking
huge
time.
numbers. Chansey put up I think he had 300 something meters.
What?
He fell asleep on a 40-20 where he mustn't have seen that Chad was over the 40, and then he had a fake crusher tackle, which was only the only blemish in the game. But Webby specifically highlighted his defence. And by the way, the defence of Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, who's torn his calf too, by the way, and made the tackle on Dom Young, which was when you look back on it. Chansey
Tore his calf bad?
No. Chance Nickel-Klogstad appeared for a crusher tackle. He ended up having two more runs in that set. Come on, man. Chansey, I love you, bruh. Chansey's one of my favourites, and I always stick up for him. That's the part we need to get out of the game, that shit. I don't like that shit from anyone, and I'll happily call it out from any player, even if I love him.
Yeah.
Gutho's done it before, I've called him out. Money's done it before, I've called him out. Chansey,
2 hit-ups?
don't lay down and then give me 2 more carries, bruh. You're better than that. What about the solo effort from Chanel Harris-Tavita to go over top of Teddy?
He's fucking strong, bro.
He's strong, man.
He's always been strong. He defends. He's a gun defender.
It's 100% about defense for his selection
he's
over Tamati.
He's in the team. He'll get you. He's a decent enough ball player, but defensively, he'll smack the biggest bloke on there. I've watched him for the last couple of years. He don't give a fuck, mate. He's got great technique. He's powerful. He's
Who
one
did
of
he
those
proper smoke? He smoked cheese back in the day.
Got someone really.
Remember when he smoked cheese at Melbourne? I think it was at Gosford. Cheese tried to, how Cheese used to do those barge over tries off Harry,
went bang.
and he went douche, and no one hits Cheese like that too.
Nah, he's impressive. Metcalf, what do you think?
There's something there. Yeah, it's building.
I still want him to fucking run more, but all I was saying to Warriors supporters I just think he's an out-and-out 6 because he can run.
Yeah,
he's like your Munster. He's like your Strain, like those young kids who just need to be a little bit wider from the ruck and not organising. All you're doing is organising a 7.
For you to ask that question, you think there's a little bit there though, don't you? Yeah. After watching a couple of games, you're starting to warm to him a bit.
Yeah, I will. Yeah,
okay.
I want him there. I want him to be a 7. He can. Doesn't mean he still can't run.
Okay.
Jerome Hughes makes some 100-meter gains sometimes.
Games, when it's on.
So you just got to pick his runs properly.
They need a tour picky. His run's better.
Yeah,
West Tigers next week at Campbelltown Stadium. That's a winnable game for him. That'll be good. Yeah. 2 fucking really
form teams,
and they got the bye. Yeah, so nice little opportunity. For the Roosters, they can be really proud of that effort. I thought
14-6.
maybe a touch guilty of shifting a little bit at the end there. I think the Warriors are playing a real compressed line and they're baiting teams into shifting and getting some joy on the edges. But really, they were only a couple of probably passes away from...
Straighten it up a bit.
Yeah, they were just maybe that one extra pass or at least hitting someone on a lead line.
Fuck, they love it. And most clubs as well. It's like out the back, out the back, out the back. Yeah, I get it. If you're going against if you're going against another team who's fatigued as hell in the middle and you've got like a fucking killer move going on where you can skin them for numbers how Penrith and that gets you.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it like that. Not when it's just like...
From halfway.
Fucking half, and you just relying on Dom Young. Yeah, you're quick. You're not that quick. Like a good winger's going to get you. Like he has to get the ball fully in the clear, but don't you? And then he's always going to test himself.
A funny comment from Robbo in the presser. So you'll like this one too, Lukey. The reporter asked Robbo about Roger's effort, having the tearing his calf, working for marker, making the double D and Teddy and making tackle on Dom Young. He goes, "Yeah, that's a Roosters effort. We taught him that." It was good. He had a laugh. It was a sarcastic, tongue in cheek. Yeah. But it was. You could see that. Robbo and Teddy both had a smirk after it, which I thought was which was funny. They've got outside backs, mate, that are dangerous. Mark Nguyen and Tawasi. There's something there with
something there, but it's just like he just needs to find his way in defence, which is going to be hard. Which Robbo has to coach him in.
Yep.
And even BMOS is there, like one of the best defensive centres. But. Fuck yeah, he's got some mistakes as well.
The other kid, Robert Toya, he's been good. I like him. He had 3 or 4 bad errors in this game. Yeah. First 2 games was unreal, but that's learning.
It happens.
That's learning,
happens. And
especially for a young Polynesian
hard
kid
over there, bro. And it's slippery as hell. The ball's not fucking. It's not grippy.
Hey, not only for forwards, young Polynesian kids going over to New Zealand for the first time. He probably would have had family there. He might have got tickets for them. I don't know about his background with Toya, but that's his first trip away from in first grade as well, which is a factor.
Yeah, both centres have got a lot of talent, but like sometimes just they've got to really respect the ball. When you haven't got a team that's like a gun fucking team, like your Broncos and your Penriths and Cronulla's and stuff like that,
Hey,
you've got to fucking complete at 90%.
They're not the Roosters of last year.
No.
They don't have the vets in that anymore.
Yeah, you got to really respect the ball. Like it's and then the centre. It's not fucking union when you lose the ball and you just get. You know what I mean? Like it's no, you fucking hold the ball like it's gold.
He nearly come up with that.
Comes up with some mad offloads and shit, but it's like sometimes put that away.
Did you see the break, chip and chase where he nearly regathered it?
That's what I mean, like shit like that. He's just got in him. That's that sevens rugby.
It is
pure
sevens.
talent.
Yep.
Then you can't coach it. But with rugby league and playing in games where fucking it's so hard to win in the NRL, you don't get the ball back. Sometimes you lose that momentum when you're in, especially in good yardage, good position, and like a ball gets out to him, and then he might try that miracle flip inside or outside or whatever, and it goes and hits someone and deflected, and you don't get the ball back. It's like middles are to say, don't do that, mate.
Yep.
Do
You're
not
right.
do that.
In union, you can turn it over and not have repercussions.
Shit, mate. No
in
one cares.
league, you're under fatigue with your big boys. That's a part of the process.
Different parts of the field, obviously, in union, but like mostly, like if you get in the middle of the field, it's not that bad or coming out,
Yeah. Hey, Nafua White's quietly becoming the
Yeah,
leader
I was
of
going
that
to say
pack.
that. He is.
He is, isn't he?
I mean, I think he's probably running the hardest at the moment. Like he looks good.
Yeah.
He looked good at the back end of last year. He was coming off the bench and he was starting and he could play in lock. And
Robbo always praises him.
Yeah, I think he's
Robbo
good.
must love him. Yeah.
I think he's really good. Did Lindsay come off the bench or start?
No, he missed the game.
He
He was a late scratching.
Okay.
He was close to playing, but he was a late scratching. One of the highlights of the game for me, Fish
did well without him. Yeah.
Fish ran straight into Lenu off the kickoff, and Spencer licked him a little bit. It was good contact.
I fucking love that.
Yeah.
But that's what I love about Fish.
Yeah.
Spencer's a fucking beast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's just setting the standard, right? That's setting the standard and going, all right, let's go at it.
Because Spencer
and then
was
everyone
good.
else.
Spencer was good.
Because everyone else in that team looks at Fish like he's their captain, he's their spiritual leader. All right, who's their big dog? Spencer is.
You know what the funny thing
Fucking
is?
straight at him.
Think about this, right? Imagine 3 or 4 years ago, and this is credit to Liotta, not downplaying this in any way, but 4 years ago, with an emerging Spencer Lenu and where we've viewed Fish, you would have thought, out of the three, who was going to be the one that's still playing for the Panthers, and which two would had to have gone? Yeah. You probably would have gone Liotta last, right?
Yeah.
So the way what he's been able to do with that club to stay there, and then watching Spencer smack Fish off the kickoff in a Warriors versus Roosters game. Yeah. I was like, I thought that's fucking so funny to see.
What's fucking happening? Yeah, I like. That's what I love about Fish. Like that's a tough carry.
Yeah.
Straight at him
too.
Spencer can fucking hit.
Straight at him.
Yeah, it wasn't cool. Like that was old run it straight.
Yeah. Broncos 26 defeat the Cowboys 16. Chad Lockwood's got an update for his comment around the shirts off. Hey, gents, just a follow-up from a comment from round 1 with the Broncos. After the Cows, the shirts were off, baby. I think the first round had something to do with getting on an early flight. So my bad. By the way, Payne Haas is a bad man.
Yeah. I already said it. I've said it before.
Yep.
They need to get that shit together, man. The number one out the back
Let's get to it, Walshy.
Needs to get his shit together. And it's not about like him not scoring the highlight try or anything like that. It's little things, mate. Like passing the ball, like hit Shibasaki when the defender's on Shibasaki.
Yeah, Robert W was
pushing the ball like underarm when you had another minute to go. Yep. You know, like just really stuff that he can control. As I said, man, if he wasn't Reece Walsh, it'd be a fucking problem this week where he'd be playing. If he wasn't Reece Walsh, he's the face of the Broncos, face of the league, has everything, a gun player, but he is so far out of form. Like you probably put him in reserve grade, but you're not
for sure.
But you put him at 14 or something like that. Even there was a couple of times there, you put Cobbo at fullback.
Yeah, do return the ball well.
Yeah.
By the way, you take all the face out of the game. He does have the runs on the board, so you know what he's capable of. So that's what keeps him in first grade, right? But I agree. He's off a touch. Here's a take on it.
So far off, mate.
Here's a take I got on Walshy. From my time doing the golf with him, I was just chatting to him a little bit off camera. He's a proper footy head.
Yeah.
And I know, when someone says they're a footy head or they watch a lot of footy, you're just like, whatever. Like it's just something that people say. Walking away from that, I was like, he does watch fucking every game. You can just tell. So the year that he played Origin, 2023, hit the scene for the first time, killing it. There was no KP. KP, that was the head knock year.
Yep.
He was playing 6. He come back later in the season, went on a good run, but the run was after Origin.
Yeah.
And, by the way, Billy had also informed him early on in proceedings, we're going with Walshy last year as well. So going into sort of last year or the year before as well, there was no KP form or pressure. I feel like watching Walshy right now and watching the first couple of weeks, he's watching KP play before him.
Fuck, you reckon?
And I reckon that ain't that.
Yeah, wow,
so
okay.
this is, and I could be wrong, but this is my take on it. He's trying to go after the game so much to come up with these highlight plays because he sees KP killing it. And KP is the top of the daily. You know, no, KP didn't have a great game on the weekend, but Walshy played before him, so he didn't get to watch KP as well. I reckon there's this element of the Origin is a factor. He's thinking about the pressure that KP's applying to him, and because he switched on the defensive stuff, right? I'll go to the defensive side. He's in the game. He's making efforts. He's making defensive efforts like 23, not because 2024, he's like, fuck that shit.
He's way fit. He's there.
So he's going after the game. I reckon he is just still trying to find it. So the difference as well on the left edge, Ezra Mam, it was a great player and he's good mate. Whenever he wanted the ball, he got it.
Yep.
He's still trying to find that combination with Ben Hunt because the
awesome.
OG's now in there. So I think that's a factor, and he just needs to get some damage done at the back end of halves.
Can I add, Fergie Ferg on Immortal Behaviour with Joey was talking about, she was on the broadcast a week ago for the Broncos game. And he,
I thought you were talking about Blake Ferguson. I was like, what's he fucking on?
Whatever, he's
the Fergie Ferg. He's the OG Fergie Ferg, right?
Yeah, and he's in the media for the wrong reason. So let's hope it's
He's in Immortal Behaviour.
Alana Ferguson, Immortal Behaviour, talking about he put the Broncos game last week, and he made an error back end of the game. And Alana off mic was like, oh, Walshy, I'm going to take the piss out of you about this play. You should have passed it, or you should have done something else. And he goes, nah, please don't. I can't stop thinking about it. Just don't bring it up.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Lukey.
Did Fergie Ferg throw him under the bus after the
No. Yeah, on Immortal Behaviour saying that, but she didn't bring it up live on the broadcast.
Come on, Fergie. You could
better than that. Come on. Anyway, I just think he is.
And now I've told everyone on levels.
Listen, you're worse. You're way worse.
Like, he's just down on confidence with the ball. Like, he goes out there, he looks the part, he looks like he's going to kill it. He's trying too hard. He's trying way too hard.
Here's the other fact that everyone's tossing up: the hit on Swali. Do you think that's affecting?
Is he seeing ghosts? Maybe, because most sometimes he.
Is that understandable
when he comes around the back and he's trying these quick little passes, they're just not executing. Sometimes maybe his first 5 runs, unless it's a clear ball, fucking run it.
Agreed.
Run the ball. I want to see him take the meters like Connor Tracy takes meters.
Yep.
If you kick him the ball, his first couple, just fucking bang, little left foot, whatever, find the ground. When you're coming around the back, when you do these long sweeps or whatever it is, get the fucking ball. If they're straight on you, because they're coming up on you, mate, you're the best player. You're the most dangerous player. They are doing so much fucking video on you where you are, especially on the left side, off your left foot. They're fucking trying to get you. They are trying, and everyone's shutting you down. So you got to fucking combat that with something else. Get a little bit deeper, something like that, because this is what the great players do.
Yep.
That's what the great fullbacks do, the Billy Slaters, the Tedescos. Who do you think we just do video on all the time? Billy Slater, where the fuck is he? What is he good at? What left foot, right foot, whatever he's carrying the ball in, all that shit. You've got so much footage on Walsh. That's all they're doing is edges, right edges, your left edges, all on Walsh. Is he good left to right, right to left? Does he go short when he goes right to left? Does he go long? What is he doing?
What's his mannerisms?
What is his mannerisms? You've got so much data on this guy and so much footage. That's all they're doing, kid, is doing video on you. And they're trying to pressure Payne Haas, trying to pressure Carrigan in, and then fucking Reynolds out the back so they can cut all their time off so they can fuck you up. That's the only thing they're doing. And he's crumbling under the pressure with the last pass. He nailed that pass to the winger, which was good because he's a little bit deeper and he could fucking see what he was doing.
Yeah, and it was on.
Yeah. He put the right play, but most of the plays, he just needs to think about it a little bit more, right?
Agreed.
Relax a bit. Fucking breathe, mate. You don't have to do the magic play. Fucking sit back a little bit deeper, just one step deeper. Fuck, and then you could see a lot more.
Yeah. It's evolution, right? He needs to evolve his game.
Fucking oath.
Because he's got it in the bag.
It's devolving at the moment.
It must be frustrating because he knows he's able to pull the trigger on those plays, and it's not happening for him. And he's hearing the noise. I think he
man.
watches a lot of footy. I think he's a guy that's aware.
He'd be watching the footy
of
show
social
shit,
media.
Joey would be saying some shit.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's just like, Billy won't, I don't know what Billy's saying. Billy be thinking KP is fullback at the moment now for Origin.
I would say so.
Exactly. And I'm like, where does he fit in? He can't play 14.
Do we think Walshy can win it back?
Not where I think KP is a sort of I know what he's built like, and he lost that job to him. He fucking wants it back.
Okay.
And they lost the series last year.
So last year,
he didn't have a good series.
Yeah, and Kalen played off the bench. Can you play both of them in your best 17 for Queensland? Ooh, we'll see.
Unless Walsh gives me 8 of the fucking best games I've ever seen him play. But I want to see him play good. I don't want to see him play like this. Yeah. Because he is a fucking highlight reel, and he's so good for our game, and he's an absolute superstar.
Well, you message your group, Walshy's pissing me off. The reason he's pissing you off is because you know what he's capable of.
And that's why he's pissing everyone off, because everyone's going, he has so much fucking talent. And it's not that he's not making clean line breaks and doing all these fancy shit. It's the stuff that the mistakes that he's making, and the pressure that he's putting under his whole team. Yep. He's lucky he's got those fucking guys like Reynolds and Ben Hunt and Payne Haas and Carrigan, so he can get him out of fucking trouble, and Cobbo, because he's costing him field position against a fucking good team.
If he clicks though,
he fucking kills it. But once he got
as a team for the Broncos,
and that's what I'm thinking. And I think he's struggling with the timing from Ben Hunt. Ben Hunt's thrown him fucking right off because he's used to Ezra. He's used to the cadence. He's used to the pace. Ben Hunt is not a 5'8". He's a halfback. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think it's thrown him off a little bit. Ben Hunt can play fucking anywhere, but he's not a 5'8". How many times he played 5'8"? Probably 10 times in his whole career. He's had 7 on his back his whole career.
I think the part that they need to work on is, like I said before, I think it was Reece Walsh's left edge whenever he wanted it, and now it's not. So it's just a communication about when.
And it's the timing, it's the depth, it's everything, it's the cadence of Ben Hunt.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know because he's off about a meter, either it's too shallow. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's either too shallow or too deep. It's one or the other. Where Ezra, it was perfect. It was boom. It was a late sweep, and it was over the top, short ball, dummy himself. It looked very simple, didn't it? Now it looks like there's and of course people are fucking trying to beeline for his fucking chest, right? Yes. He's a man that's wanted. And all the greats fucking go past that shit and dominate. They just add another string to his bow. So it's a challenge for him. You know, I can see it in his face. I feel sorry for him because he's making mistakes. Everyone's looking at it, judging him. He's fucking frustrated. He doesn't want to show that he's frustrated.
It looks heavy, doesn't
it? But I can see that he's sort of trying to get through it mentally. And even little things that Lukey said he didn't want to, have a crack at him. Like he's very sensitive at the moment. Fucking deal with it, kid. This is a fucking very hard game that you're playing. And people are going to start fucking slaughtering you. Not us, the fucking other cocksuckers. Like fucking the big mainstream guys. They'll be coming at him. Big time. Courier Mail. Fucking, it's going to start happening if he doesn't carve this week, and expect that.
He's got a couple of derbies coming up. So 3 derbies in a row. I think they've got 3 Roberts. It'll be the Dolphins and the Titans in the next couple of weeks. So
Dolphins on Friday, and then they play Tigers.
That'll be a sneaky good game.
Tigers is fucking.
We'll get to them in a bit.
I don't know what the fuck's going on there.
I got a take on you. I got a take for that one. Shout out to Adam Reynolds.
Yeah.
3rd all time now. He surpassed Croker from the Raiders, Jared Croker, as the most points. Scored a little meaty, kicked a couple of goals. Now he's chasing Haslam.
Haslam be filthy.
He's got about 60 or 70 to chase Haslam, and then an extra
300?
400, around 400, just under 400.
So that two seasons he'll get
2 years, 200 points a thing.
Fuck, he'll get that.
He could get it.
He's going to get it.
So if he resigns for 2 years, he's going to be the top.
He's going to get that.
I hope he does.
Fucking oath.
I love
Haslam will be filthy.
Well, he hasn't got him yet.
Doesn't matter. He's angry that he's even near him. I love you, Haz. Haz used to blow up if we had a fucking opportunity and just say you'd put it on, because he used to hate kicking from the 20-meter line. He reckons that's the hardest one to kick. Sideline, in front, whatever is easy.
Sweet.
Easy. And then
because he had so much curl on.
Yeah, but people would we'd put it because we'd dominate some teams. We'd put it on the 20-meter mark, run past the post to put it there, so he'd have a harder kick. What are you fucking doing, bro? Put it down. Fuck off, Haz. Love you, Haz.
Hey, the Cowboys.
Yeah. All right.
They come out of the blocks fast. they ambushed them and they just didn't get any points. That's the problem. They were there. The Broncos were there to be had early on.
Yeah. Payne Haas decided to play. And then, like, you know, that game, I said that game is fucking, it's a local derby. It's like an origin game. Yeah. It's crazy, mate.
And also, I reckon the presence of Tomalolo for sure helped Cotter. I thought Cotter played his best game. Yep. Reece Robson played his best. They're proud footy players, mate. They're good. They're internationals now. They're state of origin players. And I think sometimes when you just simply the presence of a guy like Jason Tomalolo, he's nowhere near the 2015, 16, 17 version. But when you look in the locker room and you just see a guy like that, sometimes it's just like, all right.
Just confidence, man. Yeah. You know, and his presence is great. His leadership, he don't say much. He leads with his actions, but they were way better. You know, like they were in that game until Payne Haas just turned it on and Adam Reynolds, and that's what they've got. They've got another gear, which is scary. Yes. You know, that's what I'm like, oh shit, this could be. If they score here, if they have a couple more sets here with the Cowboys, I was like, with like 25 there, I said they could fucking probably nearly win this. And then the big boy just goes mad. Reynolds, you know, kicks well and just line breaks, little try. Yeah, it was quality.
They've got
Krzyzewski,
yeah, he scored a try. Yeah, yep.
Kicking game's great.
Dearden and Drinky, they're just like the team was in it, and I think they've got a couple of early year scars already. Like it's their team. And Dearden's normally the guy. And when you think of Tommy Dearden over the last couple of years, and credit to Chad for this as well, right? This is where sometimes you just got that veteran half that he doesn't blow up the stat sheets, but he just allows the other half to play his game. Think about Tommy Dearden's play. Short sides, ducking under people, scoring a try against like nothing doing. Yeah. Because there's structure and something happening out on the right. Now, Tommy, this is your team. Yeah. So you're almost having to do both. And Drinky, you're the guy that can come up with the big play. He's trying his backside off, but there's just missing that organisation of a guy like Chad.
And a decent centre.
Yeah.
And a strike centre. They had Val there for prime Val for 3 years, who was fucking smoking people. Even last year, he had a bit of a down year. Yeah. He still had Val there.
He was
and
your back roll, last year, wasn't he?
Yeah. So and even Nanai, like they had some really good shape. Yeah. Even Hylam Lukey, like you have to account for those brothers there. They have to. Now you're like fucking Bateman. Do you know what I mean? Like Bateman's like he's
Bateman's
unorthodox player. He's not a hole hitter, and he never really has been. Like I think he needs.
He was early ball.
Think he needs to get in the middle.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think they need to put another young buck on the edge there that can genuinely hit holes. Like because Bateman, he's getting a bit older. Like he's still a threat, but he ain't hitting holes like Hylam Lukey, and he ain't doing what Nanai does, right? And Nanai's the best right side back rower, nearly in the comp.
Even Fene Fuiaki, who's at the Dolphins now, he showed some real.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? So they've made room for Bateman on the right and shifted Nanai to the left, which is fucked the start of Nanai's year.
Yeah, move Nanai
back to the right where it's very familiar. Put Bateman back in the middle, so he's just a fucking. Because he's a gritty, tough, annoying player. Yes, and he's niggly. Yeah, he can't niggle on an edge. No. You put him in the middle there, and you can just probably put him in, I don't know, at 13. You move Ruben Cotter to the front row. Someone else, you know, like McLean can go back to the bench or something like that. Use that sort of rotation. Yeah. I think, and you get big minutes out of him. Yeah. But he's not happening on the edge.
I think so. Yeah, I'm with you. Purdue, there's someone there. He's a year away. I like that he's a goer.
Pre-seasons, mate.
He's a goer. Yeah. Like he's in a half that's been thrust into the centres to fill the boots of Val. I love the way he competes, even when the game was gone. That's a part that I like about it.
About 15 kilos out there.
Mate, he is.
Centres are fucking big, and he's light. I'd say he'd be 83 kilo.
Yeah, I think the reason I think he's got a bit of Mongo strength as well, like about him.
At a fucking reserve grade Q Cup level.
Yeah, he needs 5 more. Yeah, he definitely needs 5 more.
He's very well balanced, and he can move really good. What position is he?
Don't know.
5'8", if anything.
Well, if he's got good skill and he builds into his body, I think he can be a centre. Especially if they don't think he's a 7. His natural position was a 7.
Yeah. Like, could you put Dearden at 7, put him at 6?
Yeah.
That's all I think.
Yeah.
If Clifford doesn't play to his potential and they keep fucking around and I think
that's unsettling too for back rows and centres to not know who your 7 is week in, week out. Sharks 27 defeated the Rabbitohs 12. We're talking about this with Will Kennedy. That's back-to-back weeks for me. The Sharks have looked comfortable.
Top 4 team they look like.
But still left points out there. And this is the best I've seen Nico and Trindle connect together in a game.
I agree. They look good, man. Their forwards look good. Fanil Blake looks good. Fuck, he looks so hard to tackle. Kafusi.
He can take him to the next level, can't he?
Nick Cora looks unreal. That line that he hit, as a defender, please, if you're at A and you see that, do not rush the ball player, right? You see that and just takes the B, like when Nick Cora hit that line, I'll just say inside him, just say there's a defender here trying to get the ball player. And just made him play early, and he's already running that mad line.
He started outside Cody,
I know,
and finished inside Colin.
Don't just let Nico get to the line.
Can you tell people how hard? Like we talk a lot about lines and shape and all that,
mate.
But how hard that is to run that line where you're going, because you want to be able to change angles as well. He starts on the outside of Cody Walker and finishes. Colin doesn't see him coming.
Yeah.
Because he's expecting to make the tackle on his outside shoulder, and he runs inside.
Because the inside middle made him play.
Yeah.
Made was it Nico that passed that ball?
Nico passed it. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you just go up together, and you'll solve it. If he passes it to Nikora, he just gets off. I just get off Nico, and then we both tackle Nikora. Like you can't leave Nikora 1-on-1 with that sort of line. And when he was going across, Nico wants me to get you.
Yeah.
And then it's just because he runs such a fucking tight line. Cole Omatungi's a good defender.
Yeah.
He just stop, don't do that.
Yeah.
Like if you're a middle, you just come up, put pressure on him, check, release onto Nikora on the inside hip of Nico.
Yep.
You know, don't make Nico throw a dummy and get you sliding. No, stay straight on Nico and then slide off to Nikora. Don't fucking do that if you're a defender at any level. Terrible, especially these back rows, man. You do that against anyone, against fucking Olakuatu or like even Nanai, like he's the best at it. Nick Cora is the best at it.
Yeah.
Kick out, all these guys, mate. They're waiting for you to put pressure on that ball player to leave him 1-on-1 with that guy.
Take that
Come
spot,
on, man. Be smarter.
What do you reckon? Do you reckon the Sharks identified the right side kick chase, or did they specifically target Ravalawa, do you think?
100%. He hasn't been in the game for a while, has he?
Because Stone Street caught the ball a metre out from the right wing, launched it over to Will Kennedy straight away, and then they tacked straight at that edge. So either, I don't know, I missed it. Maybe the Rabbitohs kick chase has been shit on the right side.
Has to be.
Or is it like fucking Ravalawa's just on all sorts?
I don't think Ravalawa expected that.
No.
Because, I mean...
They did 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. And I don't know, who was the right side centre?
Campbell Graham.
He's fucking a gun defender. And he made it look silly a couple of times.
But they were skinning him. Yeah, so they were going all the way past Campbell Graham.
Bang, bang. And then Kennedy was just doing whatever he wanted to.
Yeah, Kennedy through the middle. Ronaldo was fucking on fire.
That looks so dangerous. Like, and I think a lot of teams will be looking at not just like to do that to South, because South will rectify and fix that this week.
Yeah.
But just like be doing fucking so much video on that right side chase or the left side of one team and expose it. And that's just an effort play from the centre and everybody to get back, sprint back. You know when they're kicking on the fourth tackle, you can fucking get back there real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know they're not coming your way. Sprint back, get into shape.
Yeah.
And fucking just play footy.
And attack.
It looked good, didn't it?
Fitzy said after the game, they're like, "Oh, did you plan for it?" And I don't know if he's, sort of not giving too much away, but he's just like, as long as they do the hard yards, then I'll give them the freedom to pull stuff like that off. Jesse Ramian, 130 metres. He ran the least metres out of any of them. I think Stone Street had 200, Ronaldo had 200, Kale had 200, Kennedy had $150 or something.
Yeah, that's
it's a dangerous.
It was impressive, man. It was impressive because they think and they got skill.
Yeah,
and they see what sort of chase and if there's not 12 people or 11, they're fucking having a crack at it.
Will Kennedy isn't the best out the back of shape with the sweep play to do the cutout, but what he does is open play. He's one of the best.
Yeah. He can beat you.
And then draw a player in. Yeah, sneaky.
Got mad hands, and they've all got like real silky hands.
Yeah.
Throw darts.
Yeah.
And
on the move,
on the move. It's very underrated. They're fucking 10-metre balls, 10, 15-metre balls, and these other guys are coming back and then moving and then like
going at 20K.
I love watching that. That was hard to defend, and then it just runs the middles for South just off their feet. And if they get tackled, whatever, they have to defend that whole thing. Then it's an attacking kick. Then they've got to come back. It's fucking hard.
Moving on to South, great start season 2-0 record.
Yeah, it was good.
And the game was there was a couple of games. This game for me was a reflection of sort of where they're at. I think they're going to be knocking on the door for top 8, especially when Latrell comes back.
Yeah.
But it brings me to Latrell. Dry Gray, a couple of when he nearly stopped the same try 2 or 3 times in the one.
He's a tough little bugger.
He's a tough little bugger.
He's tough.
But when they did get some good ball and he just couldn't ice those plays, that's the difference between Trell against and why you require Latrell against the good teams. Jai Gray is perfect against a team that's of your quality or lesser.
Yeah.
Because he'll take the meters. He'll do, against the Dragons, all he did, he ran fucking 25 times for nearly 300 meters. Perfect. But when you play a team where you're, all right, it's not going your way, that's when you need Latrell at fullback. That Latrell will score a try, set up 2. He might not fucking run for 200 meters. He'll run for 120 with only 10 carries. But then you just get other guys to chip in for those carries. You don't need...
I agree.
That's the difference between having Latrell and my opinion.
Just get Latrell back, and I don't know where he fits straight away. Like, Jai Gray just needs to keep playing how he's playing, then Wayne will make the best decision for the team.
I think you need Jai Gray to cover any position because...
I think he's 14, right?
Yeah.
I think you can play hooker if need be.
I think you need an...
Big Mama Zulis was going all right.
Yeah, you need a back on the bench no matter what in this day and age. HIA, injuries.
I feel like he can play halves and everything like that. I think he's got that in him.
Apparently, he grew up playing in the halves with Lockie Ellis.
Quick.
Yeah. So
he's fast. Yeah, Southville. Yeah, that was where they're at.
Yeah,
right? That's a decent side they're playing.
Yep.
That's a very decent side, and their forwards stood up. That's exactly what I expect from a Wayne Bennett coach side. They didn't really give up.
Yeah,
they just got fucking outclassed with some really good players.
Yeah.
Brendan Trindle was on. That was a fucking team that was on. Cronulla would have beat most teams that day.
Yeah. The 40-20 to the left, and then when Jai Gray went off, he kicked a 40-20 to the right. Jack Whiten was nowhere to be seen.
40-20,
Yeah, good at 40-20s.
Fucking 40-20s, which, mate. Brayton Shifty or whoever, like Pierce, the halves that I play with, mate. It's one of the best feelings ever when it goes out.
Fucking so good. Did anyone in the Tigers kick a 40-20? Felt like someone kicked a 40-20. No.
Jack, would you say about Jack Whiten? He's struggling to get into a dome.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is he playing? He's playing left centre. He should be getting fucking ball
when Latrell gets back, because Jai Gray can't get him the ball.
No,
that's the deficiency in Jai Gray. He doesn't know how to bring the centres and wingers in. When Latrell's back, Jack will look so much better.
So because he's like, people probably think, he's just get it from Cody, but Cody's got to deal with the left side back rower, and then you got to deal with Gray out the back. You're not just going to get the ball from Cody, zing it to Jack, and go. Like, because defenses just come up, boom, slide into just 3 people into Jack.
Yeah.
So Jack needs to get more one-on-ones, but that happens when you're left side. Who's their left side back rower?
Jai Arrow?
Yeah. See, he's used to playing in the middle. He can do a job out. He can do a job there, but he's
I think they're
he's
waiting
an early ball man.
2 guys. Ewan Aiken will come back. He'll play left edge back row for him, which will push Jai back in the middle.
He'll be better. Be better for that.
And Latrell will get Jack Whiten and Isaiah Task quality ball on that left side.
Yeah.
And Tyron Munro's missing.
Task was out of position a couple of times, those 40-20s.
Yeah.
Clearly.
The Tigers 30 defeat the Dolphins 18.
Damn it.
It's only early doors, but you can see that they've got the key positions sorted.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to give them their props.
So here's I like the spine. And they've got a dominant prop in Terrell May.
Origin this year, I reckon.
All eyes are on Galvin. But for me, Jareem Buller's the key.
Yeah. I think on the week, that looked good. I think Appy really, he iced the game, but he's class around the middle. Taylor May was fucking outstanding. Terrell May, outstanding.
Talon De Silva giving Appy a spell helps him out as well.
Yeah.
A genuine spell,
not
just forcing it to get Appy off the field, but you can put Talon De Silva on and he's doing a job.
Galvin is just everywhere.
Yeah.
He just loves footy. I can just tell. He just wants to play footy, short sides, long sides, coming across the field. He just looks like he's deceptively strong, deceptively fast. Luai just runs that those kicks are perfect. They're getting out of yardage quite easy. They're playing some really high level football. I reckon it's good. And then Appy just iced the game with some great footwork. Tom Gilbert got caught on skates.
Here we go. I've got it for you, Mace. Yeah. So on the last 10 minutes, when we always talk about identifying defenders, maybe we want a middle to go to a certain short side. The creativity and the IQ of Appy on this play, Lukey, with 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, the game was still
so he's always looking around. He's always scheming. If you go back to just before the Seyfarth try, Tom Gilbert is fucked. He's so fatigued. He's struggling.
Hard.
He's struggling to get back. And I looked at Appy, and Appy identifies him, looks the other way, and then goes, bang, Alex 12 straight at him.
Get him retreating again.
Tom Gilbert makes the tackle. gassed, can't get up from dummy half. And then he goes, fuck it, it's the last tackle.
Yeah.
He's not going to get there. Bang, hits Seyfarth. Seyfarth goes over, scores the try. Boom, they hit the lead. Fuck, they're hitting the fucking tiger celebrations and all. And then later on in the game, same guy, Tom Gilbert, he's still just as gassed as he was 5 minutes before. They have the fake field goal shape. Appy looks at the back. Who's the guy who left foot steps? Tom Gilbert.
Feel sorry for Tom.
Mate, Tom Gilbert worked his cunt out too.
I feel sorry for him because...
unfortunately, Tom, this was just you. I love Tom Gilbert, and he's having to do so much for this team, but he was gone. And Uppy identified it, and that's the difference when you talk about class playmakers, being able to identify either a fatigued player or a player that shouldn't be in that position. And Tom Gilbert's a bit of both. He's a middle that's playing left edge back row for him, playing 80 minutes. He's 2 games back from a year out. And Uppy, mate, if I could put it in slow motion for you and we had the shape for it, it's so beautiful.
So good to watch.
He just like, he looks over his shoulder, sees Tom. Tom's like struggling.
Poor Tom.
And then he just goes, I'll get you. Boom. 12. That doesn't work.
Cheeky little man.
So good.
Got him good. Luai was class. Their fucking wingers. Everything was good.
Yeah.
I thought the Dolphins still had a chance there. They should have... They dropped so much ball.
Yeah.
That was so bad. They got to really value that.
There was a big tackle from Luai with 16 at 16-6. He comes up with that tackle on Avarillo.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Appy was the only one doing that in years past. Now you're getting Luai cover tackling, tackling.
Bit of confidence now. They got a bit of swag.
Galvin's always thereabouts on defence and attack.
I think I think Terrell May's going to play Origin this year.
I think so.
I think he's... What else? What other play do you want off the bench? Just say if Jakey doesn't play.
Yeah, I don't think Jakey will play.
You got Spencer, but you got him as well. Like who else was off the bench? I think Yowie starts at lock.
Yep.
So that puts Yowie in the starting thing, and then I don't know who starts at prop.
All right, so Cam Murray's out, so Yoey's straight swap to lock starter, and I reckon he'll skipper. The front rows last year were Payne and Jakey.
Yeah.
Terrell could start.
He won't start. I don't think he'll start. I don't know. I just think he'll play off the bench.
I think he's a better starter than a bench player.
It was Origin, man.
We'll see.
He's played against fucking
Spence, because I reckon Spencer's definitely, he'll be part of it.
Spencer's the guy off the bench.
He's the bench?
So, I think,
Who's the second one? We're missing someone.
I fucking forget, yeah.
We're missing a big boy. Or did they play a back row?
Stefano.
No, Stefano played one game, but he'll be pushing for one.
That was the year
so
before.
It'll be out of Stefano.
That was 2023.
No, but it'll be out of Stefano. I think Stefano played game 1 last year.
No, that was 23.
Yeah.
Remember we watched it at Adelaide?
He'll be pushing for... No, that was Pangai Jr.
Tavita.
Yeah, it was last year Stefano played.
No, Stefano was 23, 100%. Game 2, game 3. Anyway, find it, Lukey, while we're looking.
Yeah, I think it'll be out
He played Olaquatu in the front row last year too as well.
So Olaquatu off the bench as well, right? Yeah. So it'll be out of those. It'll be hard to get on the bench, but I think he'll play in the series.
I agree.
I just think he's doing those little... Big minutes, that's what you want. Big motor, runs hard, defense. He doesn't hit like a truck.
He's just 80% all the time.
Goes, but I think he's runs harder. He's running harder than last year. That was
Barnett.
Mitchy Barnett.
See, he will have something to say.
Mitchy's in.
So there could be he could not play in the first game because I think they'll be loyal to most of those guys. But injuries happen, form happens, and I just think he'll be. If he keeps this up, he'll be.
He'll take Jakey's spot. Maybe off the bench and you start Mitchy. There you go. Is that a compromise?
I just think he'll be somewhere like in that maybe 18th man. He'll be somewhere in there somewhere.
Okay.
If he keeps playing like this, obviously.
Yeah.
And takes the Tigers from wooden spoon to fucking top 8 in 10 games, right? He needs to keep his form up because he's putting up numbers that are crazy. You can't fucking ignore him. You just can't. And they're winning. They're winning.
So we've been critical of Christian Tuipulotu. CT. This is when you hit the. This is when you hit the fucking money signs. When you were up by fucking 2 converted tries with 3 minutes to go, and I know Taruva went off early, but Taruva could. I think Taruva could feel it. I think Taruva could feel it. That's the difference. And then at the end of the day, they won. Yeah. So that's why.
Do what you want.
And do you like that?
Taruva's fucking looks mad at it. Looks cool.
Appy did it good.
Everything looks corny as fuck to me, but I get it. So I like it. It's all right. Like, it's good. It's good for the Tigers.
It's fucking mad.
Like,
to see
it's
the
mad.
Tigers
Like, you can feel the energy.
Yeah.
Like, everyone is having a good time. Like, these guys have won 3 wooden spoons in a row.
As a neutral, I love seeing them win.
It sucks for those guys. Now I see success. I'm loving it for the Tigers.
And also, we were. I know there are a number of other people, but we were high on the Jerome Luai signing when not everyone was, because they hadn't seen him play at Origin last year, and they said he fucking wasn't a 7, couldn't control the team. Now it's early doors, but sometimes, like the Roosters and Warriors take last week, we get it wrong. People come at us. No one ever comes at us when we get it like, hey, Jerome might be a 7.
Remember, Ivan said it.
Yeah. Even Ivan was critical at it, but that was a luncheon.
He was trying to get him to stay.
Yeah, no, Ivan was trying to get a laugh out of Penrith at a function that wasn't
taken out of context.
Someone fucking recorded it off the phone at a function where you're not supposed to fucking. It's like it was a Panthers sponsors fucking luncheon.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, that's when he had.
I thought it was an exclusive.
No, someone fucking recorded it.
Did you find out when Stefano debuted? Was it 23 or 24?
Definitely 23. Just go to tackle. I'll get it for you.
I missed it. I was looking at the other stuff.
No, I thought.
So it's brought up the Storm.
23. Fuck, these last couple of years gone too quick.
Reload.
Yeah.
Why am I fucking having? Anyway, I'm 100% it's 2023. Anyway, on the Dolphins as he looks, I thought did you see the Roastone no try? I thought that was a try. 18-12. Anyway, they've got to be better to fight through it. Roastone puts the ball on the
Round
line.
9, 2020 for Para.
What? No, Origin.
No, Origin.
Oh, Origin.
I was like, what?
2023.
23?
Yeah,
okay,
Origin.
sweet.
Yeah,
I was like, holy shit.
Under Freddie.
Under Freddie. See, that's why I knew.
Okay.
Freddie picked him.
Yeah, sweet.
I knew it was going to be a Herbie game too, by the way.
Yeah,
He did everything possibly he could for that game. I just knew he was going to go after it. He was unreal.
Yeah,
I thought Qatar and Nicarima showed some really nice signs
They looked
together.
good. They looked all right.
What's missing?
King? Well, I don't fucking know.
Why
The only reason, because I nearly got a perfect round if it wasn't for those guys. And Canberra fucking me yesterday. But I was thinking if I got
Manly 13 plus, come on.
I just thought Canberra fucking might get him with no turbo and a fucking 35-year-old DCE with a fucking awful back. Nah, fucking 40-6.
Hey.
God damn it.
Shout out to the
Little
deal for Ruben
Ruben,
Garrick.
yeah, good on
for
him.
the best.
That was awesome.
We'll
Dolphins, what is the Dolphins missing? I don't know. Like they got off to a perfect start. They got a star-studded back line. They got a good halves. They got a gangster middle. They like everything's aggressive. Just can't ice it. They can't.
Out of the winless teams, they're easily the best team.
Yeah, this start that they're getting off to might cost them dearly. But oh man, I don't know what it is because I thought Marshall King probably played his best game.
Yeah, Jez was better.
Like Kafusi, their middles, I'm not sure. They're not
Hammer's been
losing.
quiet.
Hammer's been quiet. Yeah, he has been quiet. But like, boy, it's really disjointed out the back. It doesn't look like it's flowing.
They come up with some nice shape every now and again.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, just do that all the time. Like their back row, they're decent. Like I'm like, wow, okay, this is a team. It could be good. KO, first home game, all that sort of stuff. They did get off to a good start. They looked like they were going to win the game. Then I'm just like, a couple of little momentum switches, and then they can't get it back. They're struggling to get it back.
They went in 16-6. I don't know. Like in hindsight,
that's like
they kicked the penalty. They kicked the penalty, go up 18-6. Maybe another try puts the nail on the coffin. But this Tigers team's different. I don't know.
Yeah, I reckon if they did get that try with 25 to go, Tigers are done. But the Tigers weren't. It's a different team. They're resilient. They got confidence in their defense now. They work hard, man. They work really hard.
Yeah,
some good people from some good systems that are important.
Yeah.
In their defensive.
I'm asking you the question because I'm looking at that.
Appy's like. With the Dolphins.
Dolphins, yeah.
Yeah, fuck. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just just need to keep fucking.
Yeah.
Will they score? Do they rely on scoring off kicks? Do they rely off like trying to get numbers? Like they're not. Doesn't look like anything's working.
Yeah.
Middles are fucking good.
Yeah. Like Isaiah Kato's coming up with big moments. He's
just not 80-minute effort.
Nicarima's chipping
it's
in.
like a 55 to 60-minute effort. Yeah. Where they seem to execute everything, and then the other 20 is just like fucking you just stay. They're coming in and out of games.
Yeah.
So they need to fix that shit.
And you know what? At the end of the day, I think the Tigers were more desperate.
Yeah.
And that was the difference.
Because the Tigers they were like, okay, we could get pumped here if another try gets scored. And they had all the ball. Remember that little section in the second half when they had all the ball, the Dolphins, and they come away with nothing?
Yeah.
That's what got the Tigers home.
Yeah. Is that when you wrote in the group?
Yeah.
Dolphins suck.
Yeah. Yes. Dolphins suck. After all that ball, because I was singing, they get this and they're home.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, I either call on a game or on the way home and I just see you writing shit about the game.
I'm sitting there going, oh, God, you had the game. No.
Titans 26 defeated the Knights 6. It's not going to look pretty for me, for the Titans, mate, but these are the games that the Titans want to win. Now, they play the power game. They had a Knights pack that were missing a couple of key players. Power game, front foot, erratic. Keanu Kinney's a problem.
Yeah.
He's a fucking pain in the ass if you're trying to defend him because he pops up anywhere. Yeah. And Jaden Campbell, there's something about Jaden Campbell. Yeah. I think he has a real chance.
Yeah, I do too. I think Fodawaker was outstanding.
The middles were awesome.
Dude. He was the guy. I thought Fafita was outstanding when he come off the bench.
I agree.
And Tino was their leader.
Bo for more.
Yeah, and Bo was an animal.
Is it Fermor? Or for more? I think it's Fermor.
Everybody put in.
Yeah.
The week before, I can say, okay, you're playing at Belmore. It's a bit different. You haven't played for 2 or 3 weeks. It's a big thing. Like you come out there and like the Dogs are fucking at Belmore and just fucking come out there as hard as they could, and they couldn't go with them. Last weekend, they just looked like they belong there.
Yep.
They looked like a decent team, didn't they? They looked like Verrills was very good. But Campbell, I was just thinking about his old man, how his old man was killing it. Got Dally M as a fullback at Cronulla. And then he went to 5'8".
And did he get it as a half at Penrith as well?
No, because Gowie was 7.
Okay, yeah.
So he played 5'8". Because I remember I was like, and then he was pretty pissed off because he thought he'd come there to play another fullback position fullback. But Reece West was killing it.
Reece Lightning.
Yeah, so Reece was killing it, and then it was whinging a bit, but he just acclimated and just fucking worked around it and killed it there for fucking 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Jaden has to do. And if he's got no other person to talk to about that switch, fucking his dad was the king at it. He nailed it. Like he went from a Dally M player to a 5'8" in two different positions. So if you need advice, give old Presto a good old chat.
Shameless plug, Koori Knockout podcast that we did with Jaden at the start of the year. Obviously talks a lot about him and the relationship with his old man. Yep. Talks about training at 5'8" all pre-season, so it's a good
I think it's just going to take time with Jaden because he's a fucking pure footballer. He just he doesn't know, he just does shit that you just could not coach. It's just got to take time with him. And the maturation process might take, a half a year.
Yeah, I think so.
And then they'll come good. Get your middles doing like they were doing that. You know what I mean? Like fucking Fodawaker just flogging everybody.
Yeah.
Tino just looked way better after his first stint. Like Fafita looked like not playing, like he just didn't care when he got the ball. I don't know what his stats were, but he had the ball of shit, working hard in defense, all those little things that you want David Fafita to do.
Typical Titans, though.
Yeah, I know.
Same.
I'm not good.
Because they were running through people. Dave always looks grouse when they're running through people.
I fucking know.
When it's an arm wrestle, and go back to JC quickly before we get off him. Yeah. He was clearly frustrated at the start of the game last week against the Bulldogs. He got into a groove, I thought, at the back end. And when I watch him play, I think he's got tempo. And I think there is a player there. I think he's got a good long kicking game. He needs to improve on his short kicking game because Brimo's not adding anything in that at all with either kicks.
Brimo's not a natural kicker at all.
Brimo's not a kicker at all. So Kinney's not a kicker. Verrills is not a noted kicker. So Jaden's got to do all of it.
Right.
So that's where I can see they need to improve in that somehow.
Well, they better because if Brimo's he's probably your third option. I'd rather Verrills kick from 9.
I'd rather both of them or kick from fucking back row spot than Brimo.
I'm trying to think. I'd rather Fodawaker kick it.
What game was it? It was Jordan Ricky who put a kick in. It was a half decent kick.
Oh,
Did Jordy put him in?
Pretty Ricky out there on the edge.
Ricky was good too.
Pretty Ricky's good. Yeah. He needs. I just get more ball. Fuck mate. I just
want
him.
JC.
I know, fuck it. I'm just saying. Give him the ball more. Fuck it. Campbell's a gun. I think Brimo he's the one that I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Brimo at 5'8".
Yeah.
I'm like, there's obviously a footballer there. A
Of
running
course.
football. He's a fucking gun.
He's a top tier fullback.
But I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't even want him to practice kicks. Do you know what I mean? Like, because sometimes I think he's going to like just shank one and just fucking kick it straight out. And if he's going to kick it, he needs to be in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Not down short sides, not anywhere whereas there's a percentage where you could actually kick it out because it's that unnatural for him, right? It's not like a left foot Darren Lockyer drop punt.
I tell you
seen
what,
that? That's a fucking beautiful thing to watch.
You know the weirdest thing about Brimo and
Birdo?
his kicks?
Has he got Birdo sort of style?
No way. This is the weirdest thing, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So for a left foot kicker, if you get in the middle of the field, they feel more natural to kick to that corner with inside pressure because you're outside foot. You don't worry about your outside foot getting hit. Brimo, for some reason, he's the other way around.
Yeah.
He likes getting the kick, play the ball from the left side of him. He sort of just floats around and drops people under and then puts this random
kick in. I was like, fucking get him off. I'm fucking, get him away from the fucking ball, please. Campbell, because like if Campbell gets caught on the fourth and you're like, Verrills will probably not kick the ball. No. You're getting at Brimo fucking big time. You could,
Kenny's all right down the short side on the last tackle because he wants to run last minute. He can just drop it.
And I'm sure these guys are at training trying to like fucking really work on their craft. Yeah. But they will do it. But Brimo's not a natural kicker. He's a fucking runner and he's a good defender and he's a gun player. But it's just funny watching him kick.
You know what I love about the pack is I was always high on the signing because they've got this power. You know, Tino's going to run over you. Mo's going to run over you. David Fafita's going to run over. Even Bo does. Reggie actually brings some fucking aggression defensively. Reggie comes shooting out the line trying to hit people, and they haven't had that in years past.
And I think Big Reg last week, I think they were all underdone, right? They just hadn't played first grade for 3 weeks, right? Where these other guys have been playing, had a week off, played round one, got it out, blew the cobwebs out, and they didn't get a chance to do that. They did that when it was 8 degrees at Belmore on a Sunday. Yeah. Not nice conditions. They just would have went, fuck it. There was a couple of plays away. They nearly got away with that game.
Yeah. This was the perfect game for them.
Yeah.
A pack that wasn't going to go chase them, and then they could get on the front foot with good conditions. Last week was the worst possible game.
Yeah.
A team pack that goes after him, strangles him in hot conditions.
Yes, exactly. So I think Reg, once he gets that fitness level where he can go after you for about 30 minutes, set the tone because he comes flying out of the line and he'll fucking smack you. If he gets you, you're going to go down. So like they'll love that. Tino will feed off that. Fodawake will feed off that. Tino, you know, he'll just do Tino things. He'll just be getting fitter and stronger every single week. But yeah, Reg can hold the fort for a while until Tino gets his legs back. Fodawake he's an Origin player.
Yeah.
You know, like he goes after it. For more's a fucking gun. Clive Haas is fucking good. He's decent. And big Fafita. I'm not sure when you start him or you don't start him or you just play him off the bench. Still getting 50, 60 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't mind. Is he still coming back from an injury? Is that why?
I think he likes coming off the bench, mate.
Yeah.
I think the sting's out of the game, 25, and he can come on and just wreck people.
It's smart.
Yeah.
It's a smart play from
You say it all the time, 17-minute game. Same as like the way we view Cheese, right?
Because you can handle Fafita in the first 20. It doesn't matter. There's a couple of people that you can't handle when they're on. There's like Fanul Blake is very hard to handle. Payne Haas is very hard to handle. And so is Tino. And like those big boys who can just really get you on the back foot. Yeah. They're relentless. Because he's an edge player.
Yeah. He's proper edge player.
Yeah. So
Knights are missing heaps. The late scratching didn't help them. We talked about life after Leo Thompson. They need to hit the market, or they need to develop his twin brother that they've brought. They brought his twin brother. I was so surprised he ended up leaving once they...
From rugby union.
Yeah, they brought his twin brother. So they need to develop him because they're a middle short. Yeah. Maybe two. And Mazu has improved so much since he's got to the Knights.
Yeah, he's good.
But Mazu used to have these fucking random games at the Titans like he did. Maybe he spooked.
He had that game.
Maybe he spooked at being at Seabus again because Mazu hasn't played like that in a minute.
No. He had some critical errors. It's just like
3 or 4 bad ones. Yeah.
That's what he had in his game. He got him out.
Yeah, Newcastle got the best out of him.
Sometimes he's just a little.
Did you ever have any grounds? Any ghosts at game? Well, you're not you, but
what about those guys? Wingers are fucking weird. Wingers and fullback because they'll get fucking destroyed by remember Cleary fucked up. Sauce.
Yeah,
got fucking ended Sauce's career. Fucking see you later. Put up like bombs and he was dropping them all. And fucking confidence just goes straight through the floor. Who else has been done that?
He fucked up Tane Milne one game.
Yeah, like a couple of guys are like, I think it would get to outside backs more than what's the middle going to do? Oh, no, like
because you're so isolated.
You're not looking at anything but the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, like, as a winger, you would know
Here's the difference.
The whole sideline and the lights and everything like that. The sun in your eyes on the Gold Coast.
Here's the difference. I just thought about it. I was like, why do wingers, they get so isolated? If you do that and you're in the middle, you get one. It's two, you're off.
Yeah.
Wingers, they don't get taken off. So if you're getting hammered by Nathan Cleary, you could have 4, you could have 5.
It's not taking you off.
And you're going to get dropped the next game. Whereas if you do it twice as a middle or a back row, you're gone.
You can, you can you can get back from that as a middle. Like you get back on and just run the ball hard. If you're a good player, just give me the ball. It's going to catch this fucking thing. But never a grand that could rattle me. But I think Marju just had one of those games where it's like, all right.
Here's some examples from ChatGPT. Good on Alan Iverson's here.
Yep.
We've got Noffa and Latrell Mitchell going against each other. Latrell loved targeting him.
Okay.
He hammered him that game.
Did he really?
Yeah, I just said what players wingers have been.
No, I remember that game when
Example,
it was the Tigers game when Latrell was just fucking
one-on-one with
hoiking these fucking big torpies up.
Was he?
Yeah, he's got one on him. He's got a Birdo boot. The left footers, they hit different.
Yeah, hit him
it's a
sweet,
different spin, man.
Yeah. Sabi under Luai and Monster Spirals.
Yeah, they fucked him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Fergie versus Blake Ferguson this time versus high kicks.
Versus just any high kick.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, hey, if we're doing depressors still, we've got a fucking doozy.
Yeah.
So Adam O'Brien said in the presser after the game, he goes, I sort of just knew something was up early on. He goes, like we didn't play Knights footy. We try to play a little bit like the Titans. That's a stab. That's a stab. Love that. Those are my depressors that I love. Froth it. Adam O'Brien always gives you some gems. KP was just fucking scat the whole time during the presser as well, which was just like he was looking around. He was like, "Fuck, let's get this done and get out of here." It was one of those games for the Knights where they've been so good for 2 weeks. I thought the form line against the Tigers looks pretty good now too, right?
Yeah.
Campbelltown. Tigers are way more improved. Probably got lucky that Appy and Buller weren't a part of that game.
Yeah.
But missing 3 key starters was the key. That was the biggest difference for the Knights.
I think if the Tigers win that, have a full deck of cards around
3-0.
Fucking 3-0. They've beaten the Knights with Appy and fucking Dream Bull there. Yeah.
Interesting, mate. All right. The Bulldogs, we talked about that a little bit at the start. The Bulldogs were too good. This is the first time in a year I heard on this on radio. Shout out to Vossi and Brandy on SEN. The first time the Eels have kept a team under 20 points in a year.
You fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Which is a bad and good
stat.
It's a terrible and good stat. Like the Eels were so brave in this game, and they fought. Mate, Zach Lomas.
This is a tough game, man. That was a tough one. I knew everyone was going, because Parramatta's like come up against some red hot teams, right? Red hot. That Melbourne team, no one was touching them.
No.
It was a second round.
Tigers. They should have been better against the Tigers.
They should have been better against the Tigers. Yep. And then us, it's a rivalry game. We miss. Like Parramatta miss Moses, right? Yep. Do you know how important it is just say if you make 30 metres coming out of yardage and then Birdo puts a fucking 50-metre fucking bomb up and it lands in a 10 by 10 metre grid.
Does it humanise what Parra are doing right now and realising how important it is?
And then it'll just put more onus on like how important a great kicker is and a great half. And that's why they're getting paid $1 million because where Burton was out and Sexton did kick decent, right? But they'll catch it on their 30 metres.
Nowhere near the level. Nowhere near it.
So our whole game plan and what we've been doing for 2 years got fucking thrown out the window. So you're losing possession and field position. So we could just say Blake Wilson catches it on the 10. We get it on our 40. He's kicking it from the 40 with about 4 or 5 second hang time and probably putting it on your 15 metres to 10 metres in a corner.
And you're catching
it? Chase is fucking sprinting down. Then you're probably going to make 30 metres. We're going to catch it on ours. And then we end up winning that field position because we play a high percentage and a high-speed game.
Just quickly. Yeah. But you're not making 30 metres. Sometimes you're losing 3 metres because of kick out as well. Yeah. On kick chase.
Exactly.
So
exactly. And then all those guys were like, it's been in us for 18 months. And then you get Birdo out, and it's like, shit. the hang time's not there, kick out's not there on that chase because they always plug it down that left little corner there.
Yep.
And then it's just a free for all. And then the middles get off on that hit off kick out. And then you probably make like 20 meters. Then we catch it on our 30 or 40. And then it becomes an attacking kick when we kick it on your 30. And then you start competing for it. Competing for the crossfield kicks and that. And then we fucking bury you. And that's what Melbourne and that's what Penrith and all the really good teams do. Just play a high percentage game, completion game, and just predicate it all on kicks and defense, and then just like they strangle you.
Yeah,
it's fucking hard to come out of yardage, but when you catch it on your 30, and then you're putting the attacking kicks up, then you're doing it to us, and it's just back and forth, back and forth. No one could really execute a game plan because it was fucking all over the shop. You know what I mean? And a few little injuries here, fucking penalties, that. Like I was sitting there going, fuck, we could get done here for sure.
It was just a battle of attrition, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And we're a fucking tough team.
Yeah.
The Bulldogs, I don't give a shit what you say, with no burn and kick out, who gives a fuck? We still won the game in a game where it is a tough game.
You know what it reminded me of? Remember last year?
Yeah, that was tough.
Remember when last year you played Parramatta there and it was different circumstances?
And we've lost the last 5 there too.
Well, you played Parramatta there early on last year and I seen signs of, I was like, man, this Dogs team's improved. And it's not quite there at the moment, but, they could jag a few. In my mind, I was like, you're not going to be wooden spooners anymore. You're probably going to be an 8-win team.
Yeah.
You exceeded my expectations after it. But watching that Parramatta game, you're like, all right, Mitch gets back in that team with that effort and they can buy into what Jason Rice is trying to sell. They're nowhere near going to be the Dogs of last year, but I'm thinking again, you can get 6 wins, 6, 7 wins. Yeah.
That's how important Moses is to that team. His kicking game is top 3. Maybe he's even the best long kicker in the game. Him and Birdo are the best kickers in the game.
Yeah, Nath.
And Nath, yeah, but I think they're better than him. I think they're better.
Long kicking?
Yeah, the long, yeah.
Okay.
Just when you do make a really shit set and you have to kick it on your 40, those two fuckers will still put it like you'll be catching it on your 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So even further, so that's how important the kicking game is. And these are why the halves are getting paid so much money. If you're a fucking gun kicker, any young kid who's out there coming through the ranks, get your kicking game A+, because that's just all on you and practice. These kickers are out there non-stop every single day, kicking hundreds of balls. Yeah. Hundreds. That's why they're good. It's not a fluke. They don't just rock up and just like, oh yeah, I'm just going to kick this ball. They kick hundreds of balls, mate. It's crazy.
Ciro, there's a part of me, Bulldogs fans might have been watching that and going, fuck this, Para, we should be better than Para. It's a sign of what Ciro's implemented where, hey, defense is key. We don't have to look pretty offensively. No. We get the job done. Does Ciro want to score more points? Of course. Does he want to look a little bit more beautiful in attack? Of course. And find a way to beat a team that's down and out at the moment. But this is why you bought Ciro. This is what he implements. This is why you can win big games when even you got stars. Now, the real test, the acid test is next week. You play the Sharks. And I don't think you can win a game in this fashion against the Sharks. So that's going to be huge.
With Kiko, this is when Kiko and Birdo is like,
yeah.
I'm like, we could beat Parramatta without those
Kicks
two.
And Birdo, yeah.
Tupanua, I think he started off the bench. Curran there, who's not a genuine back row, but he can do a job. He had a really strong game. But, do you start Tupanua there? Just to try and get...
Potentially.
I'm not sure what you do there because we looked all right, but hey, that's going to be a real.
I reckon it was a big win.
Game.
I reckon it was a huge.
Oh yeah, I think it was a huge win because if we had lost that game, fucking hell.
At the back end of the season,
we'd have been pissed off.
At the back end of the season, angry. It's going to be huge 2 points, and the Eels threw fucking everything in the kitchen.
Everything,
sink.
Mate. But that's the thing. Our defensive system works. If you work hard enough and everybody does their job, you get a job done. You'll stop most tries.
What about Zach Lomax, mate?
He's a fucking beast. Yeah,
he doesn't get enough credit.
Nah,
for those tough carries.
Yeah, they were tough. Yep. I'm not sure what his stat line is. Well over 200 meters. I think he nearly got 300.
330 carries. I recken 20 of them were just dog shit tough carries.
Yeah. They weren't front foot carries at all.
No.
He just went, you know what? I'm going to do my fucking very best to try and get us a win. Right? I'll be so proud if I was. Sucks losing. But like, if you're the Parramatta fans, that's what you're bought him for.
They were frothing him.
You know,
Jason
like,
Riles would have been frothing it.
Tennessee was good.
So what Jason Riles is doing, because he wants to play centres, right? So he's attacking in the centres. He's defending on the wing, so he's able to get in for that first carry or first couple of carries.
That's what we said last year. We need to still get him. Like, just say against Melbourne, like, you know, I don't want him just sitting out there on that right edge. You're going to get no ball, mate. And now, you know, he did get, just say, 12 touches and 6 of them were dog shit.
Yeah.
Just fucking zinging him the ball like that.
Or was chasing kicks.
Yeah, it was really bad ball. He's so dangerous. He's so dangerous coming out of, because no one can hit him.
No.
Fucking bumpers, mate. He gets really good separation. So it's like, you just got to get in, manage him a lot, get underhooks and try and get him and drive him back. You don't try and get him like straight up.
He's a Kevy lock for that wing spot again. No one's taken that spot. Him and Toto, they've got that.
I don't think
those
so.
Two spots on lock.
Not when he throws up games like that.
And the more impressive part, in a losing team, and he kept on going after it. Like, if you have a big game like this in a winning team, it's still mad.
Yeah.
Like, if you're Dylan Edwards, right, you're like, fuck, Dylan Edwards is the man.
Yeah.
But the fight, when you're down and he's doing everything he possibly could.
That's what I love. And I was just like, wow, because I was just thinking, if he continues to play in the first 2 rounds he'd be hard to like pick in Origin. You know, because Parramatta will be maybe coming last, and they'll just say some other wingers just killing it, and Turbo and Latrell and all these guys are back. You'd be like, where are we going to put Latrell? Because Critter's playing right side centre. You know, like Toto's there. You know, what do you do? Who misses out? Like, that's what's going to happen potentially anyway. So if he does, he needs to string games like this together, like for 8 or 9 games. You know, it's still not guaranteed that he's going to be in the team because everyone else is going to be coming back.
It's only been 3 games. And they're like, he can be better, but I think Isaiah Young's got a real chance to be a player. Like, so there's some just efforts that you see.
He's their best player. Him and Zach. And I just love his temperament. I've been watching him like off the ball. I watched, especially young players. There was a play where he missed it out the back of Dill. Dill wanted some shape on the last tackle and it wasn't quite there. And you can tell Dill's got the weight of the world. Yeah, you can tell.
You can tell he's fucked.
He just wants Moses back. He was like that last year when Moses was out.
Yeah.
Like, and he, let alone signed a 10-year deal up there and everything.
That's really affecting him.
Imagine what's playing on his head. So
Dill went down the short side, had Yongi out the back. Yongi didn't run it because he thought he was going to kick it. And just Dill looked at him and was like, oh, fuck, come on. Like, you can tell, like, Dill's in no way in a position. He's in, like, because he's feeling all the pressure. He just can't really, it's not in his nature as well to scream and yell at anyone. But he looks at Yongi, he's like, fuck, come on. And then Yongi's like, yeah, my bad. And there's a couple of times when players hit the deck or their errors, he's just got really good positive energy. Yeah. And that's going to, like, during these tough times, it's going to be so good. I also thought Fox was unreal.
Yeah, Fox is good.
Because Fox is that energy. Fox is the perfect person to have for a club right now. Yeah. Like parrying, scoring tries, Chahuan, hitting fucking...
He's the best energy guy you'll ever see.
They need energy.
Yeah, and they need it because they're down at the moment. Yep. And Fox has been through this shit before when he first come to the Dogs.
Yep.
And he got success at the back end, but like he knows how to get him up.
He gave Penasini a good shake, and then the biggest slap on the
shake,
arse
sharp, my God. He nearly went off for a HIA.
He goes like this to Penasini, and Penasini goes, He goes like this, he goes, ooh. The fuck. I love the Fox.
But you're playing for his validation almost if you're a rookie and a guy like Fox is out there shortly.
Yeah.
Well, no, mate. Like, so this team, I've been watching the body language dog shit. They're feeling the energy of the Dylan Brown situation. There's no Mitch Moses. Junior Borlo hasn't been played to his standard.
I thought he had a crack.
He was awesome.
He was awesome, man.
And then you just see Foxy, like when you're running over something, even if it's fabricated.
Fox will celebrate I'm
telling you.
Anything.
Fox is playing up in a way, and sometimes it's a little bit over the top, but they need it badly. Some of the guys, you need to fake it to make it sometimes. So Fox is coming in, let's fucking go, boys. Woo! You're like, all right, fuck.
He was getting booed yesterday as well by the doggies.
Yeah, good on him.
You can hear it on the TV.
That's a part of it. That's the game. We love the game. Fans ripping into fucking players that have... Mate, he got fucking booed from every game. Got booed from 7 different clubs.
They don't fair. And he did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Imagine my situation.
He went over...
fucking own security guard.
He went over to the crowd early on. He's layering up. He's so good for the game, and he's going to be so good for Parramatta during a tough period.
Just needs some games under his belt.
Yeah. He actually sent a kick return where he had a nice one where he did a little shimmy fake and got Critter.
He did, eh?
Did you see Critter?
He did. He started laughing, eh?
Yeah, he dosed Critter, and Critter was sort of ran around his
legs, I can see it. Yeah. I can see it. Really put his shoulder into it. Yeah, the Fox.
Junes was unreal. Best game so far. Jack Williams was immense. Hopgood's
Jack Williams missed some. He
bad
made
miss.
up for it. He made up for it.
Yeah.
You expect a lot better from Hopgood and
Williams.
And Williams, especially like the young, great try for Feeder.
So
like,
good for Feeder, yeah.
You just was a basic cross, and you couldn't stop that. And I was.
They did make up for it.
They did make up for it. But
Yep.
what'd you get beat by? A try?
Yep.
That's what I mean. You can't
that's
be
fair.
thinking like that. And the effort plays are good. Hopgood, he's still coming back from a major injury as well. Jack Williams, they've got a team there. They've got a team. You just got to Moses. If he gets back, then you can start going on a bit of a run. You're not going to say you're going to win the comp or anything, but you're not going to be getting beat by like 50 and 60. Like it's got a decent enough side.
Agreed. All right, let's get to Manly 13 plus. They win 40-12 against the Raiders. Stick was.
Fucking hell. What happened?
Horsburgh.
That fucking Horsburgh getting 10.
That was a rough.
Ruined the whole game. Ruined the game.
Call. That was a rough call.
Why
Typical Manly though. Let's start on Manly.
Yeah, go on.
Sad news about Paseka.
That sucks.
He's just, I don't know. He's one of the all-time great humans. So not even the footy side apart, which I don't think we can. As much as we've got our hesitancy around Paseka and his week in week out performances, they can't win the comp without him.
No,
we don't have another like he's.
They went on a run last year because Paseka destroyed us.
Yeah,
he's got that in him, and I reckon this year was the year. Was going to be the year of the Paseka just going to that next level because I think he started the year off really well.
Yep, first game was good. Second game was a bit rough, but I reckon that was more Manly as a game plan.
Yeah,
they fucking didn't want
to score off everything.
They were trying to go too sideways, and Ches said that before the game that it was on him. So he took accountability for that. But fuck, once they're flowing, and I know they got a fucking really favourable call on Horsburgh. I was as confused as Horsburgh was.
What
on
happened?
That fucking.
What just run us by?
So he was. Grant Atkins called it a professional foul because he'd made a tackle from
and he
marker.
just didn't get back.
He didn't get back.
And he wasn't square.
I can understand it.
Mate.
The reason I can understand it when there's only, just say for example, it's happened a lot where a centre or wingers try to dive over from dummy half on a short side and there's only one defender there. I thought there were enough Raiders players there
get stopped.
That he might have got stopped.
Yeah, I agree. If there was a professional foul and it was like way offside, his hips weren't squeezed. Foot was back. I don't know. It was just didn't deserve 10.
They put on 4 tries in those 10 minutes too.
Game over.
Bullymore nearly scored a hat trick.
Fucking Bullymore, Jesus Christ.
Do
you reckon Atkins hates Ricky Stewart and just the little things? I think because Ricky's so like fucking vocal when it comes to refs, he just fucking, and he don't like him. And I can just say sometimes when it's a 50-50 and you could probably ignore that and penalise it, fucking send him off for 10.
You
just because of you, Ricky.
You would have to think that their plays a part. So Ricky, you love Ricky, you got a great relationship with him. He's prickly, he's vocal a lot with referees. It has to be a factor. I say this, why do I always say captaincy is important? Because I reckon there are 6 50-50s a game.
Yeah.
And I can understand human nature.
Yep.
If you're 50-50 on a call or a take between you two, and I'm trying to figure out if I like Mace a little bit more than I like Luke, then I'm probably going to go Mace on that 50-50, right? Like that's just human nature. So if you get yourself in a position where you're going on a game and you're like, Ricky always pumps his fuck.
Yeah, but Ricky's has had personal attacks and shit like with some refs. I'm not sure whether with him.
I don't know.
Most probably. I'm going to go fucking. He's probably paying $1.20 to have a crack at this bloke.
So you know how I said Adam Jesus got Grant Atkins has got a little bit of shit about him. He likes to play around a little bit. He likes to look at a player sometimes. He communicates with players if they give him respect. But if they say something stupid, he's like, come on, get out of here, like that. So he's also a ref that would have a little, like I could understand having a little bit of shit. So if Ricky said something to him, because this game was like...
It started off really well.
You like this one?
Here we go. We've got one for
2022 when Ricky infamously called Jamin Salmon a weak-gutted dog. Grant Atkinson was the referee for that match. There'd been tension building for years, including several prior clashes before and after. One source said close to the situation that he started it, referring to a belief from Stuart Camp that Atkinson had disrespected or targeted Stuart in past interactions. Either that was, so it stemmed potentially from that. Could be nothing.
Okay. Yeah, no, definitely.
There you go.
There's definitely some. It's Atkins too, by the
100%.
way, not Atkinson.
It was
Or
as
have you
much
got a
about
different referee?
Stuart's long-standing feud with referee Grant Atkins as it was about Salmon.
There you
That's
go.
100% then.
That's
All
from
right.
the article.
Well, there it is. Like, he doesn't like
So is
sticky.
Grant-
So any 50-50 like that goes for 10, and look what happened to their team.
So is Grant Atkins actually the weak-gutted dog? Is that what you're
Atkins.
trying to say?
Atkins.
Well, that's what the article's referring to. So while the
The
public focused
WGD.
on Salmon, insiders suggest that the rising tension with
GD.
Atkins was a major
GD.
underlying
GD.
factor.
Weak gutted dog.
Yeah, but
W.
Did you say WDG?
GD.
Okay, yeah, sweet then. Six
Yeah,
again.
WGD.
6 again, like Grant Atkins.
No, Atkinson. Yeah, so I reckon Atkins fucking hates Ricky Stewart. So any little 50-50 like this, he's going to send one of your boys off.
Let me look at this team stats.
So you got to play a perfect game against Atkins.
64% possession.
Yep.
36 for the Raiders. 34 minutes in possession to only 18 minutes from the Raiders. Completion rate was 87 off the back of that, which is obvious. Line breaks. They don't have 6 agains, I don't think. They don't put them in there. Penalties, where errors defensively, missed tackles. Here we go. 6 errors, penalties conceded 10 to the Raiders 4. Ruck infringements, there you go, 6-1.
Yeah.
And that so if you don't do a good job early, it can also snowball.
Of course.
So that's
But that
that's
was a
factor.
very critical moment where I don't think the Bra deserved 10.
I don't think so either.
Yep. And look at the change it made.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it cost Canberra the game, but it cost them a chance at being in the game.
I think so. Also, Manly, and this is a frustrating thing. We were going back and forth with the Hello Sports boys, and I'll keep the text between us. They were asking me about players. This is a frustrating thing as a person who wants Manly to win a comp for my mate DCE in his, whether this is his last year or he plays another couple more. But I just want to see DC win. When they play games like this, you're like, everyone gets excited. I'm just watching it going.
They could do what they did last week and fucking ruin it. Just ruin both of us. I don't even know I'm going to back him this week. Fuck it. Simply off that shit.
Sorry, and a recent one,
Still on the
August 10, 24.
Yeah.
It was Stewart took aim at referees, 2 decisions made by Atkins, but immediately deferred blame from the on-field referee and pointed further up the chain. It was to do with a bunker challenge. However, the referee's blown his whistle and Cook made his way to the white line, meaning the Raiders will retain possession. Instead, he had played the ball in their own half. It was against the Rabbitohs last year.
Okay. There you go.
It's 100% personal.
Yeah, there's something. There's
It's
definitely something in it.
There is 100% personal. That's all I'm going with.
Yeah. By the way, completion. Yeah, 48 sets to 28. That's crazy.
What is that? With
Yeah, 20 extra sets.
Sorry, Canberra. I had to just fucking turn it off with 10 to go.
Well, Canberra.
I was just like, I said it on the text. I said, it was a big fucking couple of days. Super sad days. A lot of footy. Jeez.
You weren't required for that last 10 minutes.
I wasn't. I was just thinking. I think I've got the gist of this. Atkins hates fucking Stewart.
Can I ask you a question? And it's escaped me. Oh yeah, just with Raiders, we don't need to do fuck all on this. It's a complete wipe, isn't it? Like,
no, you don't even look at these games
because of the way the game unfolded. You can't take anything out of that form line, and they were never really a chance.
Tarps is back.
Yeah, Tarps is back next week.
What about the rugby league math? There's the Warriors, Raiders, Manly. They've all won and lost against each other.
Yeah, early on in the season. It's weird how this game. It's a
crazy,
beautiful game.
It is. You think? I thought I had the top 8 figured out after round 1.
Shout out to
nowhere near it.
Shout out to Ruben Garrick.
Rubes, yeah, well
24 hours before scoring 4 tries.
Look at that, 4 tries.
Jeez, that'd have to be a club record as well. Where is he? So 4 tries is 16 points.
Oh, yeah. Who scored?
16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. Nah, someone would have scored 30 plus. I think the record is Terry Campese with something around 36. I think he scored 4 tries and kicked a shitload of goals. Zach Lomax scored 30 or 32 last year. So, but I wonder if that's a Manly record. Anyway, shout out to Gaz. One of the, again, talking about good humans. I don't know. Come on, Manly.
Yeah.
Ruben Garrick has scored 30 points against
He's
Tigers
probably owns the
when they won
record
70-7.
So he's 2 points shy of his own record.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about these 2 teams. These are the ones that are going to do my head in all year.
I reckon there are a couple more. All right, the ladder.
Titans, I reckon.
The ladder. Where is everyone? Storm are first, Bulldogs are second, Manly are third, West Tigers are fourth.
Doesn't seem right, does it?
West Tigers are going to be thereabouts. All right, we'll see you for Thursday. By the way, if you have a message for Kieran Foran, I'm going to chat a lot about Titans. We'll talk about a lot about the halves. We'll talk about him on Fox as well. If you've got a question for Fozzie, I'll be chatting to Fozzie in the next couple of days. So get him in the comment section. See you on Thursday.
See you guys.